Hey, man, you ain't the first person to tell me that.
Just for 24 hours, I'm going to block you so you can't score
All right.
Okay.
All right. After a nightmare of more of the same old BS, this computer. Oh, hi, everybody. Yeah. We're live. What's going on?
Okay. There we go. Cue this in there. Cue this in already. That was it. All right, what's up, guys?
So for our viewers, our listeners, we have Connor King here today.
What's up, guys?
Connor King the second.
The second.
Pardon
It is
me.
the second.
Yeah, and we also have another good friend of mine, Junbug Ibarra.
Ibarra?
Ibarra.
Really? Couldn't do me a little more justice like that. Huh?
Oh, man.
Ulibarri.
See, I just say it how it looks.
Ulibarri in English.
Yeah, that was what I kept saying on the popcorn trick. I was like, yeah, Ulibarri, whatever.
Ulibar.
Ulibar.
I've been called Yellowberry.
Yellowberry?
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they got a Y, but...
Are you guys?
You know, you would think me and June are like far less personal, but we talk like every day, and I still can't say his last name.
I didn't even know he had a last name, bro. Yeah. It was like Junbug. Yeah, I heard of him.
Yeah. So yeah, how are you guys doing?
Man, I'm still here, so I can't complain too much. I'm pulling daisies instead of pushing them.
It's always good. Connor, just recently moved into your new apartment.
Yes.
How is that going?
Fine. Okay, no, I'm just kidding, guys. Like this, no, it's pretty cool, man. Yeah. It's a new experience. I feel like Princess Jasmine.
So this is your first time living on your own?
I would say it's the first time living on my own where I had my mind up that I was going to make this work.
Yeah. Permanent.
Yeah, permanent. Because, I'm old as fuck. And I lived on my own before. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, but it was in brief stints, and I was probably selling a lot of drugs. Yeah. So, and there was a lot of people in and out, and it was, So, of course, it's not going to last. But this time I'm going to make a real go at it. So that's pretty cool.
Good. Yeah. Very happy for you.
Thank you.
It's a big step.
It is.
I think everybody sitting here has sold drugs at one point.
Yeah. It's this economy. I mean,
not the stereotype.
You gotta get that stimulus. Maybe you couldn't get the unemployment, and so you got to get somebody else's stimulus.
Yeah, for real.
The cocaine sells itself.
No, and then they do the same thing with income tax. So, it's going to keep on.
Income tax stimulus. Hey, about that one? What's that one club stimulus?
Hey, yo, fuck that club, bro.
Shit.
It's so funny. Like I said, I was talking to Junebug. I was watching how they were offering to let people set up like their own little store inside their club. To sell stuff at a table, like a flea market or whatever. And this is like a hole in the wall place that nobody goes to. And they're like, yeah, $50 a table, yo.
Slap the shit out there.
They didn't really say yo, but I mean, whatever they did right, it was barely legible. It wasn't really English.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was pretty bad, bro.
No, like I was telling Junebug, like, all right, so they got like a couple shirts hanging up on some, various colored hangers and stuff, and just some random crap. And then you look behind the counter at this other little rack of food, quote unquote, they have, and it's very clearly items that came from the food pantry. I mean, it's like
that's
it's
so
like
bad,
canned
bro.
beets and like peaches and stuff. I'm like, you got those from the food pantry, and you're really trying to get your come up off of God. You know what? God's watching.
He said, honestly, I know that it's from the food pantry because I donated some of that shit.
But they didn't
probably.
They don't even have the decency to make sure that the fruits are even chilled. You know what I'm saying? They just give you. It's probably literally from the fucking trunk, from the food care center, right there, bro.
Absolutely.
That place is garbage.
Yeah. And what was you saying about it, June? About you said that was a stimulus.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I mean, I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody needs to do something with their stimulus, but they opened up a club, and which is a good thing though. I mean, you got to start somewhere, but
you got to at least get a sign.
I just figured that's what you should have called the name though. You could have called it the stimulus, and it popped off.
That's not my
swag. Like I ain't gonna throw the name of the club out there. Yeah. I don't like to throw shade and shit. But,
I
mean, it's all in funny games. I
Yeah.
mean, really, you know what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give everybody shit, and if people can't deal with it, well,
fuck them.
yeah,
No, fuck them.
I'm allowed to have an opinion, and if you don't
Yeah.
like it, just keep it moving.
Because guaranteed they're going to have an opinion.
Absolutely, like
Fuck
opinions about
you.
barbecue that you bring there, and opinions about turning the light off when the show's still going.
Yeah, like what happened to being there to say fuck you? I don't agree with you, but
Boy,
then
I was
still-
fucking livid,
But
bro.
then still being able to have a beer.
I don't
together.
like getting upset.
That's the thing with clean.
smoke a blunt.
You got to be careful and clean, because if you have an opinion about anybody and share it publicly, like, oh motherfucker, it's time to go to war.
Yeah, no, it's touchy.
Yeah, but that's a little
Yeah.
bit of everywhere though.
I feel like it's the worst here. I really do. Like more than anywhere.
It's because it's such a melting pot here.
It is.
It's such a crabs in the bucket here. That's why.
That is well. That is well.
But the thing is, like the people that, like some of the people that get upset though, they're not even from here. Like,
Whoa.
and another thing too, like we were talking about that club specifically, without naming names. I see that a lot. Like a bunch of little random pop-up bars and restaurants, like that I've never seen before. Especially now, like it's like everybody just got their checks and put them together. Like, so
Oh,
it's-
isn't that what they tell you to do? Like,
yeah.
you get 10 friends, you put your money together, and y'all open up a business or a tenement or
You
whatever.
get 10 friends who each have $4,000, and you each get a duplex, and then you split the money 8 ways. 8? Yeah, because 4 of them goes to me.
No, for real.
Then you
Yeah,
got roommates for life.
I don't think you should have that many bosses, bro. If everybody puts in, everybody I think would want to be the boss, no?
I mean, you got to know your place, though. I mean, if everybody knows their role and where they stand in it, I mean, I think it'd be all right. But 10 people
In
is
this
a lot
social
of fucking
media-
people.
Well,
In
that's
this social media ran world, who's
Well,
going to know
think about it
their
like this. You know what I'm saying? If you ran it to where you had one dude doing the janitorial shit, the maintenance, keeping it up, you know what I'm saying? He's still getting his cut. You had one person that's filling the place up. You had another person that's playing their role. It's just like comedy with the whole opener, feature, headliner.
Okay, look, I'm just saying, okay, yeah, but I'm saying, like, if everybody's putting in the equal amount of money, right, somebody's going to think that what they're doing is there's going to be division no matter what with that many people involved in anything you do, I think.
Yeah.
So there's got to be one clear-cut, or even 2 clear-cut leaders,
Yeah.
and then everybody kind of just fills in where it needs to happen or to play to their strengths, right?
We talk about this all the time, and that's the big issue. People don't want to just play their position. Everybody wants to be front and center all the time. My
Yes.
big thing is, dude, as far as leadership goes, your job is to identify people's strengths and really like boost that part of them, and also work on the stuff they might need to work on, but like help them work towards their strength.
Yeah.
And 2, as a leader, you also you need to know how to play your position. Like when you're out front, you know what I'm saying? When you're out front, be in front, take charge.
Yeah.
When you're in ranks, wait for instructions. That's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the main thing I'm trying to, show others, teach others.
That's real. That's some real militant. It sounds militant.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's militant without all the burning police cars and stuff. Shout out to Antifa.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, that's the sad part is everybody wants to be the general, though.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But it's
Yeah.
just you got social media, man. That kind of I understand that conditioning of the brain set, right? Everybody wants to be a star, but everybody sees the stars, but they don't. I don't think a lot of people understand what it takes to be the one that the face of what drives that person, like what gears or mechanics are behind them. You know what I mean? They always see, okay, famous, and it's just like, well, we got a team of motherfuckers behind them, and this is just and so if everybody wants to be the face guy, then who's going to run everything else? It's weird.
Everybody thinks, well, I'm good at this.
Yes.
Either because somebody's puffing their head up to make them think they are, or maybe they actually are very skilled. But nobody wants to do the work.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to spend the money.
Yes.
Nobody wants to make the sacrifices or stay up to long nights or not go partying and stuff like that. They want to just have all the fun stuff.
Yes.
I work my ass off, as you saw tonight,
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
He was going crazy there for a minute, man.
for a minute. But hey,
Sweating.
we're here and we're doing the thing. We're doing the thing we're supposed to be doing, and
Yes.
it's great. And
It feels good. I like this.
yeah, thank you guys for being here.
Oh, no. Appreciate you having us.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Thank
awesome. This is awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, Junebug,
Yes, sir.
tell me about some of your travels, because you've talked to me before about being a military brat. I think you said your dad was a sergeant major.
Yes, I believe he retired as that.
Yeah. So, like, what was it like? Because, my military stuff came later. Like, my grandfather was in the military on both sides, stuff like that. I wasn't really around a lot of military. What was it like actually being right there as a... I'm just curious because I have my son and stuff, so I'm going to wonder later how it kind of affected him. What was it like moving it around like that and stuff?
Well, I mean, sometimes it was difficult. You ever had that new kid feeling?
I moved around a lot, but for different reasons.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty much what it is you get isolated a lot by everybody else. I mean, but you also get the advantage of different cultures. I feel like that was one thing. I mean, but it was hard. But, I mean, I also moved around a lot because I was a knucklehead. You know, me and my dad.
Obviously.
Me and my dad would bump heads. I mean, it's also because of the bipolarism. And at the time, early years, especially in a Mexican family, it just wasn't talked about. So there was no knowledge of it. So with us bumping heads, I moved around extra. You know, I'd be in trouble with him, and so I'd stay with relatives on top of that. But I think it teach its own. To me, it helped me develop being able to be the funny guy. I mean, in order to break the ice, you have to do something dramatic. And that's either big fights or say something funny where people notice you. So, I mean, it was always the new kid, you know what I'm saying? Always like the outcast. And I'd have to either stay the outcast or just try to go out there and make friends. And I don't like people.
Yeah, I definitely sympathize with a lot of that because, like I said, I was a kid. We moved around a lot mainly because there was so much drama and domestic violence and stuff going on in my family throughout forever. So I definitely get being the new kid, feeling isolated, trying to find your thing, that helps you stand out because you're outcasted. Like when I was in Maine, it was very different from when I went to Alabama. It was a lot more diverse. It was a lot more rough. Like these kids were way stronger just from the different environment. Because I went home and visited after, and I was just like smashing kids. Like we were just like playing, I was like, "You guys are pussies." It's like I did a bid and came home. But
I mean, the race issue was a big thing as well, though.
Absolutely,
especially in certain areas.
Dude, like you guys know, the majority of the people that I befriend and am around are, they don't look like me. The majority, okay. That's how it was in Alabama. Then I went to Kentucky, and it was very white bread. Like it was like pretty much like Bible thumping preppy people or people on meth. I was talking to Hudak about that when he was on. Like that was it. Like, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna just mind my own business. Just go to school.
Well, I mean, and I'm not trying to say that one race or anything had it worse, but being mixed is really hard. Because it's not just one end of the spectrum that you're catching it from. Yeah, it's your own people as well. Hispanic people, a lot of them didn't want to mess with me for the fact that I wasn't full-blood Mexican.
That's
and
the
then
thing. Yeah,
other people, because I mean, my real mother, I've been told different things of what she is, and still not 100% of what she was. Yeah. But I can pass off as white.
Yeah, Asians deal with the same kind of thing. Like they're very, they're very divided like that.
You can really pass as white.
Yeah, I can convince people that I got a nice tan, like I'm Italian or something
I could
like
see,
that.
I could see like a dash of it, but you definitely Hispanic. Maybe some Italian though.
Maybe,
yeah, I could see Italian.
I see Greek. Because my Greek in there, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my
you know what I mean?
I think that you're, and don't mind me for projecting. I think that you're probably, aren't you Puerto Rican too?
I've heard different things.
I bet your mom is like Puerto Rican and Italian, and your dad was Mexican. I bet.
The last thing that I heard about my mom was that she was Greek, Roman.
Yep.
Russian, and I think there was like 3 other things that I've heard. But
Yeah.
Greek, Roman, and Russian is what I've heard the most.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, technically white, but being mixed like that, especially like I said, the Hispanic community was hard. Unless I was in my own community. With the Caucasian community, it was a lot of. They didn't want to kick it with me either because I was Hispanic, and then because I wasn't black, I was segregated against by some of those. So it was kind of hard to bounce around. So it was easy to be isolated when you kind of really didn't fit in anywhere.
I definitely understand, man. Like I said, each of those times I moved, it was a very drastic change in each location. It was a very, very sharp difference. So by the time I did those last 2 years of high school, I just did not have time to adjust. It was just like, you know what? Let me get the fuck out of here as soon as possible. So, I definitely get it. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh,
by the way,
no problem.
Thank you. While we're there, your dad. I know that you said the relationship's been kind of complicated.
Yeah.
But you've been trying to maintain some sort of.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been trying to rectify a little bit, but I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into it.
No, it's okay.
But when my grandmother passed away last year, on September 5th, I had made her a promise before she had passed, because me and my father were not talking on that basis. Mm-hmm. But I had made her a promise that we were going to rectify. So between me and him, we sat down and decided that we're just going to take the past, throw it away, forget about it, and then just try to move forward from there. And I mean, it has been something glorifying since then. Mm-hmm. I mean, and a lot of stuff been patched. I mean, but I also got to understand that back then he didn't understand bipolarism. I remember telling him one time, like, look, I be hearing shit. He was like, it's all in your head, mijo. And I was like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. You know, but he didn't understand either. There was no knowledge of it, you know. So I understand that aspect of it and you know, and try to move forward. But, you know, a lot of people got to understand that you just got to forgive. You know what I'm saying? And forgiveness is not really for them. Yeah. You know, it's for yourself so that you can move forward. There you go. And try to patch up shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he is on his own spectrum, that's between him and God.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely. That's another thing. I definitely sympathize with my dad when I was very young. Was extremely abusive, you know, physically and everything else. Not sexually, but everything else. It's kind of bland. It's kind of broad when I said everything else, but yeah. So
my dad never touched me.
Yeah, nothing like that. He didn't touch my pee-pee. Right. But anyway, he's just wasn't a great guy. He wasn't a great guy when he was with my mom. He wasn't a great guy later. He's kind of a pretty terrible person. But over the last 10 years or so, he got married, and he had another set of kids, a son and a daughter. And he's trying to do the dad thing the right way. He's making an honest attempt. But yeah, I definitely understand, like the very horrible shit I saw as a kid, like my mom in the ICU type shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my father, I can give him that. I've never seen him put his hands on a woman, my mother, or anything like that. So I can give him that credit. You know? Yeah, me and him boxed, but
yeah, there was a very specific event that happened during that period where everything changed. Where, like I said, my mom was in the ICU. I woke up while it was happening. Took her to the bathroom. I wet a rag in the sink, and like I was washing her face off, like her fucking eye was all fucking swollen out, and my fucking lip was split and everything. She was all fucked up. Got her head beat off the toilet, off the fucking dryer. Like he just like fucked her up really bad. Yeah. But it took into my 20s to actually sit down and have a conversation with him. Like, hey, we need to talk about this. And mom's not perfect. Mom did her best most of the time, but she was a mess, and so she has to take responsibility for that. But it never would have got there if you would have been on your shit as a parent in the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, we stay in touch. He for my birthday, Christmas, he's been actually I can say this, for every Christmas, he's sent a dollar amount, and I match that amount, and that's what the kids get. So he's been doing his part as a grandfather in that way. So
yeah. My father's a wonderful grandfather.
And I know with Connor, it's a different thing. And what is he's you never got to actually meet your real dad, right? Or you did meet your real dad?
No, not my biological father. No.
Your biological father.
No.
But your father that raised you, though,
Yes.
recently as well, Olive Branch.
Olive.
Like.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
He came clutch. By clutch, I mean, he came through for me. Let me spend a week at his crib.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. But I mean, he's never really not been there for me. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a dick. Don't get me wrong, but financially, I would have to say financially,
Yeah.
he was always there. Like, I'm poor as fuck, but I didn't. I grew up that way poor just because I live with my mom. But like, we were never denied anything.
That's good.
Anything we asked for, and I never asked for much though. So.
Mm-hmm. Definitely can relate.
But he was extremely abusive as well.
Yeah. So that is the Daddy Issues episode. Catch us next weekend at the Bunny Club. We'll all be stripping because we have daddy issues. No.
No, those are definitely issues. Man.
But no, that's just, it goes to show.
No, daddy, no.
A lot of comedians, the majority of us, we come from broken homes, from poverty, from different situations that builds a certain amount of grit and ruggedness that helps you find the laughable bright side of the darkness. You always seem to find some amount of perspective in a good way. So yeah, I think that's important. I think that's important that we discuss that publicly because I know what it's like to feel like there's nothing else, and to feel like you're stuck. I feel like it's an important conversation to have. I feel like it could definitely help people.
Yeah.
Giving them that insight.
No, I agree.
And thank you both for sharing.
Oh,
by the way.
No problem.
That's what this show is. That's what
Sharing
it's
is
part of
caring.
it. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I mean,
So let's do some more background here. I remember the first time I met Connor.
Oh shit! Here we go.
No, like this is what I remember. I had just started comedy, and it was one of the open mics. Like, oh, you're competing, you get to open next weekend if you win, which was kind of true because there was times that I felt like I had a really good set, which was confirmed by Connor. He's one of the first people that stopped me and said, "Hey, you're actually really funny."
Yeah.
And I thank you to this day because it was like, okay, so I am doing something, something's going right.
Yeah. To me, you were funny. I'm just, be honest.
That was overalls. Connor used to wear overalls all the time.
Oh my God!
I just watched them. You're lucky I didn't wear them tonight.
I wish you still did because they're kind of branding. It's kind of like your brand. You see Connor, you see the overalls. It's like to me personally. I can't project on you. You're gonna do what you want, but
I watched them specifically
it's branding.
to wear them. Like, 'cause they were buried in my mom's
Everybody likes the overalls, just so you know.
closet. I love them. They're
only
super,
the
they're
ones
comfortable.
that look like they need lotion though.
Oh yeah, that's
The
Like,
black
it's
ones
real cute.
that look like
Those
they
are
dried
real cute.
on the
Like
clothesline
that's it.
instead of in the dryer, so they're real crisp. Like
bro. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, they're at the house currently. 'Cause
Like-
I like those.
we got to bring those
Ashy
back.
Overalls.
I am.
We got to bring
Ashy
those back.
overalls.
But I know, I remember.
I'm definitely bringing them back.
Yeah, when I first started comedy, I was really excited. I wanted to be everybody's friend and just get along. Like, hey, yeah, network. Let's go like make some fucking comedy shows. And I learned over time you can't really do that because everybody does their own thing and is out for themselves in different ways. And without getting too deep into it, basically, if you're just starting comedy or you're in comedy, don't get too cliquey and don't rely on anybody else for anything. Do everything yourself, be independent, and just rock with who you're going to rock with. With that said, anyway, I did several showcases with Connor. Got
Facts.
got some good times under our belt. But yeah, I specifically remember though, I came out of that mic. He was like, "Hey, you got ripped off. You were the funniest one tonight. Like,
Yeah, no. For
you
real.
should have had the show for this weekend. And I'll never forget that. I was just
and then your comedy was different too. It was really different than what you had. I had seen like the previous week, and granted, I was just coming into comedy as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so it was that to see that as an inspiration to me was an inspiration like kind of like, okay, so we're, and then when I find out people like we were kind of getting into this new, it was like, okay, this is doable, like. Because it seems like such a far away lane, from my perspective. It
does.
It never crossed my fucking mind. Ghetto low life, man. I don't do all that bullshit. But then I see this, and then I see this group of people, and it's like, and then I see you, and I've never seen a quote unquote white boy do comedy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Patno had been prevalent in the area for a while.
I really hadn't. Well,
in the rap game, you know what I'm saying?
Even then, that's what opened the doors, though.
But people, I found out knew you though before I did.
Facts.
But you go up there and you do your things and you got these jokes. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of how you was looking at the crowd, kind of like you do it, so kind of just look up at your phone and you be like, But it was just the presence, and I was just like you put your body into it.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. Whereas everybody else was just kind of holding the mic.
I remember when he kept dropping the mic all the time. Like
I didn't
put it
do
to
that.
your side.
Look
at the crowd.
You're waiting something
for
funny,
it.
something.
Like you were trying to get him to get the joke. Like you get it right.
Yeah, it worked though at the time.
Yeah, sometimes it
because sometimes I would
look dumb.
Sometimes I would be so tickled by what I said, like before I even said it, I would just drop like, I'm the worst, and then they'd be like, you're like, you know what, you are.
Yeah, sometimes it was right on point.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it was
I completely forgot I did that.
Yeah, it was.
You know what that was, dude?
Though.
Because at the beginning, when I actually was getting people to laugh, like for the first time, like I was experiencing it, I definitely was more cocky. I can own that. I was definitely more cocky. I wasn't a dick to anybody, but I was definitely more cocky. Like, oh, I've got this shit.
Hell yeah.
I got these motherfuckers in the palm of my hand right now. It's on now.
Eating lunch.
And then over time, like, oh, I bombed this time.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have a good set this time. Oh, I fucked up this joke. I said it all wrong. Like, like I was telling June last weekend. People are like I said, I haven't really tried to put together a coherent set lately. I've just been like improving, having fun riffing. This past weekend I did, and I walked out, and everybody's like, "Oh, dude, that was like the funniest set of the night. That was so great." Blah 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 blah. Whatever. And I'm like, in my head, and I told June today, I was like, I said that one joke wrong, like really wrong, which fucked up the flow of my entire thing I was doing. It was okay. I mean, I did some great riffing.
Yeah.
'Cause you were there, like the mice thing. Like,
But the kids,
the kids are still going strong. Yeah.
No, I've seen, and I see how you do it, and sometimes I can even call the improv when you're doing it on stage. So,
Improv is fun. Improv is so fun.
It's hard. It looks hard. It is hard.
It's fun. Well,
improv's fucking hard.
I've been like freestyling and stuff since I was like 15. So it's like my brain is always.
I've been doing the same shit.
No,
I've been doing this. I've been freestyling since I was like,
Connor is also a low key prolific singer.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It's
Don't
true.
gas him up. Don't do that, man. We're on camera, man.
Also a great peanut butter and jelly sandwich maker.
Yes.
Wait, how do you know that?
You told me.
I did not tell
And we
you
was
that.
locked up together at one time.
See, this nigga, he was over here. Look at honest.
He was over there
This
grilling.
nigga lie so
Tell me
much.
the story.
Over there grilling with a Bunsen burner.
were
We
you
used
guys-
to work
were you
at
guys-
the carnival together when we were locked up.
Were you guys actually? No. Okay. I really thought you were for a minute.
So he said
I
that.
thought no. Actually, I thought you told a story previously where you guys actually were locked up together at some point.
No.
No, I mean, it was a joke. I've never
Oh, the
been
very
locked
first
up.
time it was too.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
fuck
never
me.
been locked up with Connor.
I've
ever.
never been locked up with anybody I know.
How much time have you done total locked up?
Say player, man. I did probably a total about about 8 months.
That's a lot.
8 months in federal. Well, it was.
You know what?
It was 5 months here, and then it was 3 months here and 2 months there.
I did one night and it was horrific. I'm not built for that type of shit. Go ahead.
Can I get another pot pie? I said a pot pie. God damn
No,
it.
like I have issues with like being like claustrophobic and shit a little bit. Like when I'm like in a locked in space, I don't like that shit. I like having like doors I can open and sky I can look at. Like I need my space.
See, I'm the exact opposite, bro.
Everybody
I'd be okay in a
says
coffin.
the same thing.
Yeah.
I like my space. Someone to be able to walk out a door that I could just.
Yeah, and I'm over here like in a bunk smelling Connor's butthole, like he's on the top, you know.
Nah. I'm a very clean person, man, left to my own devices. But you'll smell somebody else's ass out for sure. Right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And feet, and they be spitting.
Is there ever somebody in jail that just doesn't shower or bathe, and you guys just beat the shit out of them and make him bathe?
Sometimes.
That happens in the Navy. My grandfather told me this story about there was this guy, he just refused to bathe.
Yeah, ain't nobody
So they took one of those hard wooden scrub brushes
beat the shit out of him.
and scouring powder and scrub this motherfucker. Like,
I mean, shit, wash our
that was
ass.
back in Vietnam.
Scouring
Vietnam.
powder, that's like
That's what's
soap, right?
Like the kind you put on the rug, like Ajax type shit.
Yeah,
Scouring
that's
powder.
that Comet.
They fucked this person up because they would not bathe. Because you gotta think, like a Navy ship or a submarine or anything could potentially be like a giant petri dish of germs.
Same thing in prison. They're
Same,
they're very
exactly.
big on hygiene in
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah.
bro.
Well, maybe not only that, you don't give away where y'all at.
There's that too.
Yeah.
I mean, that stench is following and shit. Like MC
I wasn't
shitty
trying to go
pants.
nowhere.
Looks like that boat noise on SpongeBob.
Nasty.
Yeah, and I'm done. But
Looks like a cartoon
let your
with green
shoes be out of
smoke.
place.
Yeah.
In prison, bro. These motherfuckers be tripping, bro. Like, say, I ain't trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Tank boss come, and you know, but they want to, you know, I don't know much, but I saw it's a lot of shit happens to me in life where I'm able to observe, right? Because I could have been a lot worse. I could have got 2 years of jail, but I was able to go. It was almost like a vacation, you know, an educational experience because I stay in my room my whole life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get to see this. The motherfuckers will trip over your shoes, like being out of place. Like, and then I've seen some people come home and then they automatically be putting their shoes together in certain areas.
It sounds like boot camp.
Or right by the
Yeah,
bed.
I mean, it's ran similar.
ran
though.
very
a lot
similar.
of people don't believe that shit, but it's really ran
Hospital
a lot
corners
similar.
on the bed.
Yeah, I
you know
believe
what I'm
it.
saying?
I believe it absolutely.
45-degree angle. They give you a paper. How your bunk should look. Your laundry bags got to be hung this way. Or they will come in there, gig.
Right.
You see that movie? What's that movie? With Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen, where he's in the military. Cadence. If you haven't seen this movie, Cadence, watch it.
You already told me to watch a movie that you only
Well, this-
get one.
He's gonna get
reference.
overloaded.
Well,
Yeah, you only get one
Chadwick
reference.
Boseman
Nah,
died
the
today.
island.
But that was
already done.
before the show, so nobody has any idea what that movie is.
Well, I mean that's.
It was something with
you
Scarlett
could explain it,
Johansson.
but I'm-
That's all I heard.
Well, Cadence is about say gig for being.
Wait, was it Scarlett Johansson in Rosa Parks? Was that the part she played?
No, that's Julia Roberts.
Oh, that was Julie. That's who it was.
No, that's Harriet Tubman, right? She played Harriet
Oh,
Tubman.
yeah, Harriet was Scarlett Johansson,
What kind of gentrified?
aka Black Widow.
Wink.
That's fucked up.
Like little. Need some anime sound effects. You know,
It'd be a whole fucking action movie too. And she turns to the camera and says, Julia Roberts is Harriet Tubman.
She's got the Rambo gun. She's got a saw.
Oh my god. It's terrible. Only one woman can get them up north.
That's not
That's
a railroad.
terrible.
That's a railroad.
I'll see y'all on the
Harriet Tubman. Hell yeah. Man.
Underground Railroad.
I don't know. Would it be still the Underground Railroad? It'd probably be Mainstream Railroad or some
What
shit.
about Underground Subway?
Maybe Subway.
The Main.
Subway. Yeah. No. That was. I did that joke. It was on the Eric Reads the News thing. I said.
Hey, that's one of the old. things.
Yeah, one of the old
Yeah.
clips. I said the Underground Railroad, or as Donald Trump calls it, the subway. I had like the pictures popping up, you know.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's horrible.
And like the clip, it like the picture, it said like Trump train go shoot shoot.
Politics.
I need to do a new one. Well, I wanted to do at some point because some of my buddies, I've got buddies that are libertarian, Republican, whatever.
Okay.
They reached out to me like, hey, your thoughts are pretty much middle of the road. You're independent. Like you go this way, liberal on this issue, conservative on this issue. You should do like a fucking show like that. And I still want to at some point. Maybe after I get the new place, I can set up a green screen and do like the whole thing.
And are you talking about like just kind of really playing into the neutral?
Just digging into picking everything apart, no matter what party affiliation people have. You remember we talked about it? I was like, I was talking about like that's something I could get you.
Between the Colbert.
You remember we talked about it? I could be like, yeah. So in Black News, and like you would like shove me off the desk and be like, no, Patno, I got this. Anyway, Black America. Like, I think that would be hilarious.
Didn't I say I was like probably like the least though, like in touch with Black America?
I just gave away the whole show on the podcast.
But we
just pretend you guys didn't hear that. It might happen. Anyway,
I would need a suit. I would play that.
No, that's the thing. I would need a suit as well.
Yeah,
all my suits don't fit anymore. I'm not like fucking 160 pounds. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I haven't worn a suit since elementary school. Unless I get them tailor made, probably a fit. I've never.
You wore a suit in elementary school?
I did.
For church or
wait?
No. I was a different kind of kid. You see, it was a.
Oh, you were like checking your pager in class. Like, hold on, guys, I'm important.
He was the kid that walked around with a baggie full of different type of meats.
No. I was
different kinds of meats.
I was the kid that everybody.
Go on. This sounds kind of fun. This sounds good. Little sausages,
little weenies.
Little weenies. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you did, man.
That's a fat joke. That's not even funny.
Nah.
But I did get picked on.
So Junebug sold tamales in elementary since he wants to go there.
Yeah. That's the roasting. You're lucky I don't know how to do it.
Before plates were so successful on Facebook, Junebug was out there with his bag of tamales. Would you like some tamales? And I don't know why he has a Cockney British accent, but he did. Aye, tamales, tamales, everybody.
That's the Greek in him, bro.
But they were spicy.
That's the white side of Junebug. Okay,
he's from the UK.
That's Juniper right there. Oh man,
people are getting beat up over that name.
Hey, well, this is Everybody Hates Eric, and I guess you hate me a little.
You're making it easy.
Hey, I have that face. You just want to hit him.
I was waiting.
You don't do it because he's such a nice guy, but you want to. You want to.
I think everybody at one point probably.
Yeah, it happens.
Not me.
It happens.
I can honestly say that. It's weird.
Oh shit! I ain't gonna stunt. I did. At one point.
That's cool. No, it's been addressed. I said, hey,
I said he addressed that. He addressed it in the last podcast, telling people about the fact that.
We fell out at one point. Yeah,
I really did think he was trying to.
That part, yeah, he did.
Like I really did. Swear to God, like on everything I love, I thought he was.
Hey, yo, man, like you know what I'm saying. I try to offer you something. Like, nah, man, like I'm good, bro. Yeah. I'm good.
But do people do that now still?
Because Junebug, the way Junebug hits that good though, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I got good, bro. For real, like I'm good, but
I'm just imagining a poison with like some Disney.
Like you see, like sprinkling.
And it's like
in my defense,
I did the Salt Bay with some cyanide.
In my defense,
with some cyanide.
In my defense, one, I'm bipolar. I'm paranoid, schizophrenic. And I had just gotten roofied that same year.
I remember this.
I definitely think I've been roofied before.
I definitely got roofied that year. So yeah. It was something that was already playing in my mind and then every time I did kick it with Patno, we'd always do that together. Mm-hmm. So when the first time it was like, nah, I'm all good with that. Okay. It was like, what you mean you all good? Like, but you said you made this specially for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, specially for me. And now you all good. Like, nah.
It's because it's so strong and I had to drive.
And it was crazy because there was a few of my close friends that would come over and be like, hold on, man, you got some of that? And I'm like, yeah. And they'd be like, let me get some. And I said, hold on, man, but damn, man. Like, I think this dude trying to poison me, man.
That must be why Tony heard the story, because he said, like, yeah, he told me that story. He was like laughing about it.
Yeah, my homeboy Tony, I'm saying, my kid's godfather, his daughter's my goddaughter. But I told him the story because he was like, man, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what's up? And I was like, man, I'm not so sure though. Like, I'm good with that. I hate them. And then every time then there was one time I showed up at the bar. You know what I'm saying? And I ran into Patno. And his expression, his question was, what are you doing here? And it was right after I told him I was going to do some of it. So that's what really threw it over the edge of, yo, what the fuck you mean? What am I doing here? Like, am I not supposed to be here because you poisoning me?
What's it? Wait, let me think. Was it at Taj?
No, I was at game day.
Game day.
I ran
Why
into
was
you.
I having that?
They were doing.
Oh, was it? Wait, no. It was a night I was out by myself.
Yeah.
I went to the game room, and you and
Popped
Michelle
up with
were
my
back
wife.
there.
Yeah.
I was just surprised to see you guys out.
Yeah,
I was like,
but-
well, then let's party.
But it was genuine. But
Let's
was,
party. What the hell?
Yeah, it was genuine. But in my head, like, think about it. Like, if you think somebody's doing something and you tell them, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? They give you a beer, and they be like, yeah, this is especially for you. All right, and you be like, yeah, I'm gonna drink it, and then you leave. All right, I leave, and then you see me later. And my expression to you is, what are you doing here? Like, that's how I mean, and so as a man, I was like, all right, fuck it. You know what? I need to talk to this dude because I really, like, other than the podcast, I really hate Eric right now. You know what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker's trying to poison me. Like, I need to figure out what to do. So, I mean, I came to him, talked to him, and I mean, he, like, I mean, disrespectfully and as respectfully as possible, laughed at my fucking face.
Oh, dude, I was dying.
He was like, "Are you fucking serious? What the fuck?" Like,
I was dying.
I ain't got time for that bull. I got 4 fucking kids. What the fuck am I poisoning you for? You know what I mean? And so I felt bad because one of the butters I wasted. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, I can't even. So now I felt really bad. Like, fuck, I can't even enjoy that shit now. Like,
Yeah.
now I hate Junebug type shit. Like, but that shit was funny as fuck, though, man.
It's levels, man.
Can't waste the butter though.
You can't.
You did give me one butter one time though that was, I guess, in your pocket in aluminum on this hot ass day, bro. And like,
No, that's because you were supposed to eat it immediately, and you didn't.
I put it in my pocket.
That's
yeah.
you did that. I had nothing to do with that. It was solid when I gave it to you.
And then you gonna get mad at me about wasting, man. Get out of here.
I know, and that's because that's why I had to check.
At least
myself.
mine was in the fridge.
I was trying to
Mine
justify
lasted for months.
my hate for
Yeah.
for wasting it. Realize, hey, I did the same thing.
It's like, see, like
I'm
hating
sorry, man.
hating me is so popular. You want a reason to hate me, but you really don't even have one.
I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I can't do that.
I don't know, man. I thought I had one. But I was mistaken.
Yeah, man.
It's like I say, man. Like
What am I even doing here?
just all the different environments.
Nah,
that
yeah,
I'm
but
in.
we ended up becoming real cool.
Yeah. People just always
He's a
find
cool
a
guy,
reason to
man.
hate. People just find a reason to hate.
Shit, fuck it. Give me a
But
reason.
you know, yeah, go bigger and better and all that, and give them a real reason.
Do you think this will play?
What is it Cat Williams says about the haters? If you don't
have
got you some
anybody
haters,
haters.
get you some motherfucking haters. It's summertime. Like
That was spot on, bro. That's spot on. I said, if you don't got no haters, feel free to hate on me. You got nobody to hate on. Yo.
Like I said, I'm a linguistic chameleon. I can hop in and out of stuff. I have, the radio voice thing though. Like, I don't really do the radio voice thing as much. I only do the radio voice thing like real heavy when I'm doing the popcorn trick. Like, for some reason, I do it on that, just the way it's presented.
Well, it depends on what you mean by radio voice. Do you mean announcer voice?
Yeah, a little bit more.
Because you're doing a radio voice now.
I don't feel like I'm doing it. I don't feel like I'm doing it.
Because the microphone's there, bro.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, that's
so
a little
I can
more.
hear it as
yeah.
well. It gives it a
Well,
little slap.
we've
That
talked
might
to.
be it,
Well,
but-
no, I talked to I talked to LaDawn a little bit ago. Shout out to LaDawn.
Yeah, that's
I was
LaDawn,
like, hey,
dude.
when I first started doing comedy, when I first got on the stage, like, I caught, like, when I look back at it, like, I was using, like, because when I was 15, right, I started, like, rapping and freestyle and stuff. I had a certain way, like, I projected and, like, I spoke and stuff when I was rapping.
Yes.
That's how I did my comedy all the time. So, like, I didn't realize I was doing it because I would be so in the fucking zone. Like, it's like, how motherfucker be looking at, like, come on. I don't have to do all that. I can just, like, relax, take my time, chill, just be in the moment. And that's what I've gotten to. Like when everybody's seen me perform, like, lately, like, I'm just, like, up there, like, I'm way more relaxed.
Yeah, more yourself. But you can't leave out you got to sprinkle some of that character in there, though.
Oh, I definitely,
Like, just
it's
that-
sprinkle.
you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah, sprinkle,
that
of course.
shows range.
Sprinkle.
That's like...
Yeah, it's like you always say, like, the voices, like, the different voices and stuff.
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I love doing impressions and jumping around, and doing all that. And I still fuck with music here and there. Like, every once in a while, somebody like, bro, like, you're actually really dope. Like, come do a song with me, and, like, I'll go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, there's no point in you leaving that behind too. You can take that with you as well. It's just, you'd have to balance that.
somebody literally, I'm not even making this up. One of my old friends from Alabama hit me up today, and was like, hey, share this link of this artist that I'm working with right now. So I shared it, He was like, hey, like when we take off and we start rapping, I still want you to come do music with us. Like I want you to like let's go.
Good shit.
Like yeah, like that. That's why I keep telling people. And I talked to Mike about it on the GFY Social Club podcast. Check that out on Spotify. I talked about like people pigeonhole themselves, bro. They're like, I have to just do this one thing. I've really fallen in love with doing like we're doing right now. This is like doing interviews and podcasts and just talking, dude. I really enjoy this, and I feel like this is like something I'm going to be able to be heavy into doing. That doesn't mean that I don't want to do stand-up. I still absolutely want to do stand-up. I still want to do a fucking show of like a sketch show or whatever, like SNL, like some Key and Peele type stuff, something. I still want to do that.
And short movies.
Short movies. I want to do dramatic movies, horror movies. Like I have like a horror script. I'm about 75% of the way through. Dude, I want to do everything. As long as we are fucking creating and having fun, like this is what gives me life.
Yes.
100%. And so, like I told LaDawn, like in the beginning, like the voice thing, don't take that as like I was being fake, because my identity before the entire time I got in the Army and started being more professional and like controlling my tone and speaking a certain way, that's who I was. So like that's not like I just like am not that person anymore, you know? It's like I have a little more composure now, and then like I'm presentable, you know?
Yeah. It's not just that raw.
I'm not putting on a front. And plus too, like I stopped smoking as much weed as I was smoking at the time too. So like I like all the time I'd be over there, I'd have to have so many drinks before I went on stage, or I'd be stoned. I've been sober every time I've been on stage for the last several months for sure, at least.
That shit sucks.
I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to it.
Better.
Yeah, I've gotten used to it.
Smoking, I function better.
I've just gotten used to it where I'm at now, you know?
Yeah, over there, this last mic we went to, I was stone cold sober. That shit hurt. It was like, it's weird. I've done it before. I killed one time.
You did really good, though.
I can do better.
No. Hear me out. The alcohol and all that's a crutch.
Yes.
It's a crutch, because I had to have like at least 2 drinks before I went on stage all the time.
Yeah, no, it's active. That's why I actively.
I finally got to where I don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
You just think you do.
Yeah, I know.
You really don't.
It kills my nerves. It kills the nerves. I get butterflies.
Right.
And I feel less.
Embrace the butterflies.
That's what I'm working on. Because I feel when I drink and I get on stage or I do anything like that, my cousins, they called it like this different person to me, but I stop. Mm-hmm. The barriers kind of just go away, and I pretty much say whatever's on my mind type shit.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah, well, no, I got to focus it. Like, I got to choose.
Yeah.
So not drinking is probably the best route to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I know I can do it, and I've been doing pretty well. You know, I don't get hammered drunk anymore. That's fine.
Yes, I've seen the hammered drunk.
You have.
You lose the magic. Like you go from okay, he's relaxing, he's fun, to he's not fun. He's expressing all his anger and depression now. like everything's coming out, and not just the comedy. So now it's not good. Now it's not a good place, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh fuck. Yeah, but you know, it's a work in progress, man. You're gonna get up that mountain.
Nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I want to be. I want to be perfect so bad.
You know what?
We're human.
You know what? This is why I tell people. I am far from perfect. Everybody is not perfect. I fail at stuff all the time. I break stuff, or stuff doesn't work out. You saw me troubleshooting for like an hour earlier.
Yes.
Things come up where things just aren't going my way, and you have to just eat it. And you have to get to where you can eat it and not like be brought down by it, if that makes sense. So you have to eat it with like a smile on your face, like, you know what? Okay, this didn't work out, so I'm gonna adapt, and or maybe I'm gonna change route a little bit, and I'm gonna have something else I can do. That's why I do so many different things. Because if one thing fails, like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go do this. Fuck that. Like for a minute. Or
I get that too.
When things got real bad with trying to fix stuff over here, when I first changed systems, I took like a few days off, like from everything. Like I'm just gonna unplug, let my head get clear for a little bit, and then I'm gonna try. And now, here we are.
We
are. We're in this bitch right now.
It's like I tell my kids.
We're doing a podcast.
We all fail. We're all technically, if we go by the win and loss column, we're all losers. Because when you think about it, you don't win more than you fail. You don't win more than you lose.
I damn sure don't, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to take more L's than you're going to take W's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I tell my kids, it's how you take that L, though. Are you a complete loser? A complete loser will fail and then just give up and not try.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? A human who is a natural, I mean, they make it sound negative, but a loser is going to get back up. He's going to try and try again. If he fails 4 times and his record is 1-4, he's still got a W. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, even if your record is, 6-28, just know that you got 6 W's and it proves the work ethic that you have to keep getting up and just keep pushing no matter what.
Exactly. You got to learn to fail upwards, as they say. Lose gracefully.
Exactly.
Fuck that. I ain't trying to lose. No, I'm just playing, guys. I just want to be, I want to win. I want to win all the time, man.
I mean, of course, everybody wants to win.
And you are full of potential, but you need to know you're full of potential.
Yeah, I do.
You need to believe it.
I go through self-sabotage a lot, bro.
Everybody does.
I don't know why. I have no idea why.
But you want to know what? After all those, and I've done the same thing. Out of the times that I've known you and I've seen you do it, you are on your highest upside I've seen you on ever.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean that.
Just had to move out my mom's house.
You got to be independent. And we talked earlier, off mic.
Yes.
Remember that.
I will.
No.
Yeah, I know. I got it, bro. I got it. I do. I
Okay.
swear to God. I swear
Okay.
to God.
No, because trust me, I understand. I know you think I don't understand, but I really, really, really understand.
Yeah.
Like, deeply. So, what else? All right, talk about when I met.
Did you hear that? Am I tripping? Never mind.
No. June's got a hair lip. Anyway.
Joaquin.
Next thing you know, he's going to play the Joker. Hey, shout out to Joaquin Phoenix. He's awesome. I like him.
I like him too.
But yeah, so something when I met Connor. Okay, so I do remember as well when I met Junebug. Barry, anyway. So I remember, the first time I met Junebug, he was hosting the open mic at Twice as Funny. Shout out to Twice as Funny as well. Congratulations on the successful relaunch. Great job. Fuck you, Jerome. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Love you, Dana. How you doing? All right. Anyway, I remember I met Junebug. The first time I saw Junebug, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He had this big ass fucking Joker and Harley Quinn hat on.
I remember that hat.
He had the long top hat on that you definitely get from Six Flags by winning maybe the cork shooting game. Or maybe the one where you got to crawl across the bungee cord without it flipping you upside down. Or maybe it was like the little horse racing thing where you squirt the gun and it's going to go in the hole or something like that. He got it from something Six Flags related at the end of the day. Or maybe he went to Universal Studios. No, wait, that's WB. WB, I think, is Six Flags. Yeah, because I got Bugs Bunny and shit. But anyway, yeah.
Never been to those
I
places.
remember
That's my poker.
he had the hat on, and I was like, this is the most Def Comedy Jam thing I've seen since I've been doing comedy. And it's kind of cool. It was like, this guy has some kind of OG appeal when it comes to comedy. So I'm assuming he's been doing this since the 90s. So at the time. But no, I remember, it's like he was like, oh, so you do your shit? And he saw him, was like, gave me a little one up and down, like, like, all right, white boy, okay. Because I'm a rarity out here in this little part of town. Or I was. Now Austin's been bleeding over here some.
He said bleeding.
Bleeding. But June, do you remember that night?
Austin.
Shit. I remember being up on stage. I didn't think that was the first night we met. I thought the first night we met, I had showed up. And it was the night I was hosting.
That was the first night we met, because that was
I seen you do a set. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there thinking, like, when I was introducing you and seeing it, like, who the fuck is this white boy? You know what I'm saying? And putting them on and then looking like, oh, shit, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Like, this might be corny. Like,
they come and they go.
We're going to see. I mean, and he was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, he caught my attention for a second.
I was there, bro.
Okay, this dude's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could dig that.
It was the first time I told the blasphemy set. Like, more holes in that story than Jesus' hands and feet joke. Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
everybody's so touchy. Everybody wants to have opinion though, but everybody's so touchy.
Well, did Daryl play Sweet Home Alabama?
No, I
If
think
Daryl-
think he's the
I think he
white-
played Pour Some Sugar on Me when I got on stage.
Daryl
So that's it, that's
sees
what it is.
anybody
That's the-
white,
that's the
if there is
fucking
a
song.
few white people in the crowd, he's going to play that same song.
That shit used to be.
He
He's
plays
going
It's like his only.
to play it.
Daryl, you couldn't have, you could have at least played me
because
Beastie
I
Boys
think
or something,
he feels
Daryl.
like
Some
it
Metallica.
unites them all.
Something like white, but kind of with a little bit of something.
Bret Michaels.
You played me the one armed drummer from fucking what the fuck was that band's name? Fucking
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. Yeah, I just remember the guy with the one arm.
I remember, Daryl, I'm saying that, he brought me out to Taylor Swift the first time we met.
He always tried to get me to shuck and jive to white people music. He would always throw it on, and I would get up there and I would just look at him like, I'm not dancing.
He used to bring me up to the
I'm not
Notorious
gonna do it.
B.I.G.
I think I did one time. I think I did a little bit one time. I did like some little like the little the Jamaican rowboat move where you do this and you crank it down. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't know that.
I clap
don't.
back.
It's the rowboat. They do like this shit. You go down.
I just clap back. I talk
Never
shit.
seen that.
Yeah, it happened like one
You say you
time.
clap back?
I clap back. I just talk shit.
Just sounds so violent.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I clap back with a pistol, man. Like,
I'm not a fucking lepton. I know what you meant. Now I'm just playing, but I don't really not that aggressive.
but yeah, I mean, I talk shit back that
Fun-
first night.
Another funny thing. Actually, Junebug actually took me to my first Waco performance at True Love. He actually was set for a 10-minute set, and he gave me 5 minutes of his set.
Respect.
I did that same blasphemy set, and the good people of Waco were not fans.
No.
All fucking 240 years combined of them because they were all old.
I know
and
Michael
white.
McBride liked it. Shout out to him. I mean, I know he
Yeah.
liked it. I mean, because he invited you back.
Yeah.
True Love. Shout out True Love's spot.
Yes, True Love. That is the spot. Well, Willie's one of
I
them.
did. I did a Jesus joke in Waco though. I did at one
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
I love True Love,
you
man.
know
That's
that
one
God
of my
is
favorite
real
spots in
joke.
Waco.
It is a fun club to go to.
It is.
Like it's normally a lot of times I'm kind of socially awkward sometimes. I'll go out and I'll drink and I'll try to talk to people just to be, have a conversation. When I went there, I actually was able to hold conversations with people. Like it was fine. In Killeen, I get a lot of who the fuck is this motherfucker? Because everybody hates Eric.
Oh man.
I just can't even make friends. That's where we're at. That's where we're at in life, and it's okay.
Shit, I get plastered, and I be in there. I talk to everybody.
These are really good, actually. I'm on number 3. These are actually pretty good.
I'm not a big fan.
I like it. So shout out to White Claw. These black cherry ones are pretty good. I don't mind them at all. Well, I think after the first one goes down, then I get a little buzz, oh, these are pretty good.
Maybe.
Yeah. There's whiskey in there.
They're tolerable.
Yeah, there's some whiskey and stuff.
I'm gonna get some whiskey if that's okay.
Yeah, grab some.
Okay.
Dude, yes.
Okay, sweet.
Grab some for sure.
Okay, off camera. I'm going off camera.
He's going off. There he goes. He's leaving frame. Connor, pull your fucking pants up. You're off screen. I didn't want to see your ABC.
They are up.
If you're wondering what ABC is, that's average black cock. Anyway. No, I can't. That was funny. My buddy Bryce, when we did the first episode, we were recording on phones, and I cracked that joke on him. I made it up then. I just think it's funny. I just want to say it again. So, Junebug. You're how long have you actually been doing comedy?
Well, honestly, really, I've always been a comedian. Whether knowing I was going to do stand-up, a whole nother story.
Right.
I didn't know that stand-up comedy was going to be something that I was going to be doing in my life. But about 10 years ago, I got into comedy. I refused to give a shout out, but a dude brought me in. And I did a show. Fell in love with it. I mean, and when I did the show, because I'm bipolar and antisocial and paranoid schizophrenic and
Yeah.
diabetes and ADHD and a walking fucking pharmacy, I completely bombed. But I seen some of the fakeness though from the rip. How some people would, man, that was awesome, that was funny, but it's like, man, like even my own wife was saying, like, I can't hear shit. Like, to just give an example, how I started was, how you doing? I'm Junbug.
That does not seem your character at all, which is hilarious.
And so I was thinking about, like, what if you put a cat on a rope and then threw a cat at somebody and then try to pull it back? And that'd be funny, huh?
Did you catch 'em?
And that was pretty much
Waka waka.
So that's pretty much how I performed. And I didn't get no claps, really no laughs too much, you know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, I didn't deserve them. But I was told that I couldn't do it because I was bipolar, because of the issues that I had mentally, that I was not going to be able to do stand-up comedy. It was going to be too much to overwhelm me. And so I really hit the floor hard. Then my family, I started having kids. And in having kids, it became one of those, like, all right, look, I already had one kid, now I'm having another. So I took a couple breaks. So if you want to say, like, actually put my whole time, effort, work, and everything into comedy, I've been doing it for about 5 years.
That's what's up. Connor, you started right around when I did, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I started maybe 1 week before you.
1 week, okay.
Maybe two. I know it was right around the time a mutual friend of ours started as well.
Yes.
I think we started on the same day.
Yes, it was a mutual friend.
He was yes, we were all very close at one point.
But
you know,
we like I said, we talk about the clicky stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
The crab in the bucket stuff. The everybody wanting to take charge and not
put in the
listening or really being willing to listen. I am 100%.
Swagger jackers.
Oh, dude, a lot of that. A lot of wave riders. What I always say, we are the wave. Because comedy was here in Killeen. And I'm aware of some of the history of that. But I feel like when our class of individuals came along that have
like the freshman class,
different levels of access to technology, different understanding of how to do different things marketing wise and stuff like that, we kind of breathed new life into it. Like, it was there, but we gave that bitch CPR. And I might be, if somebody might take that offensively, I apologize, but that's how I feel. I feel like we put some air, some much needed oxygen into this shit and got it up to the next level.
Well, and see, I believe that too, and I agree with that. What some people have the problem with, and I've heard rumors about me, is that I get upset that I don't get mentioned of being one of the few people that started comedy or tried to start comedy here. Because back when I was performing, there was no Eric Patno. There was no Connor. There was nobody here that you can name that was here when I was doing comedy. You can name Jerome. You can name who you want to name. But none of them are here. Before Dana Smith, it was me and another person.
Wasn't LaDon around?
I was about to say LaDon, right?
No, sir.
I thought he was one of the early ones.
No, sir.
Okay.
And no discredit to LaDon. He started in Austin.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That's why so many people out there.
People were coming down from Austin when venues would start opening up here.
Well, if you want to think about it, like LaDon is what I think he's 3, 4, maybe even at most 5 years into comedy, like performing.
Okay.
My first performance was 10 and a half years ago doing comedy.
Okay.
I was running shows at the Cuckoo's Nest,
which is now. I remember that very well. I always remember that.
I'm not even going to name the name of the restaurant. So, but it was the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
Is what I was running with another team of comedians. Tony Winstrup was one of the comedians that started. My mentor, comedian Micah, was one of them that he really took me under his wing and helped me out as well. But I was running the open mics then. What people call game day was Republic. I was running it then before it was game day, before it shut down. I mean, we can go all the way back to Copper's Cove. Oh man, I can't even remember the name of it right now off the top of my head. But a lot of the places that a lot of people, especially even the R&B karaoke, everywhere that all these that y'all generations was coming saying, hey, like Diesel and all them were like, we're doing this, we're bringing this here, and it's like, nah, so this stuff I've already done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn real quick that some places ain't gonna work and some places are. But I do give y'all's credit of generation of comedians that did come in and pick up where we did leave off, and bring something here. I mean, because I'm not gonna take credit for everything. I can't. It's impossible because it wasn't me alone that pushed it. I mean, so yeah. I mean, yes, I agree with the statement.
All right, cool. Well, I'm glad we are in agreement.
I'm glad we're in agreement.
Hey.
Nah, I'm started in this shit, and the guy that we can't mention. We're not mentioning.
No, we can mention. It's fine.
The Devilish is he's really the one that
He helped you out.
He's the one that got me in the venue.
You know what?
It wasn't him. I would have never went to Twice as Funny.
I'll be honest. The very first open mic promo I ever saw that got me to go do comedy was Devilish D.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's just a joke thief, though.
We've been there, bro.
We've thugging this whole time with you, man. I'm not gonna say.
I'm putting it out.
Hear me out. No. I'm not
was-
scared of
but he-
Devilish.
he-
I'm not scared of Devilish D. I'm not scared of any rappers. I'm not scared of anybody out here.
yeah.
What I'm
Talking
saying
about real
is, I don't think he's the funniest guy around. I don't think he's in the top 10. I don't think if I did a show versus he does a show that he's going to outdo me. But I will give credit for him promoting the mic that got me started.
Well, he has a hell of a voice.
He's got a DJ host voice from hell. He has a for sure one. And this is no hate towards you, Devilish, or anybody listening for Devilish.
Yeah.
But I will say, like I said, he got me. He threw it out on Facebook. It was promoted. I saw it. I'd been trying to write some jokes because I thought about maybe doing stand-up. I've been doing rap and shit so long. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. But you know what? I'm not even, you know what? Hey, thank you. Thank you, Devilish D. That's all I'm saying.
There we go. See?
Thank you.
I mean, he was the one that brought me in as well.
Yeah.
The first one that got me down there with me. And
It's
Tony.
okay to acknowledge a specific thing without going any further.
Yeah,
You know?
No matter how I feel about a person, you know what I'm saying? The facts are, if he would have never gave me that card and say, come to Twice as Funny, and the two people in the line that were with me wouldn't have been like, come on, just go out, because I wasn't going to go. And then when I got there, and then we all met, y'all told me to get on stage, tell a story, I would have personally never known what
Well, maybe
could
my
happen.
experience was different because when y'all hit the scene, there was a comedy scene here.
Yeah.
When I hit it with him, there was none.
Yeah.
So it was more of him trying to teach me how to repackage somebody else's joke.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, you can't do that.
Dude,
I mean,
God.
There was also a lot of personal stuff between us
I
that
think
I will
he was
not
the
touch.
one. I think he was the one that I saw post. It's okay to remix a joke. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
And my
that
first
bullshit.
thought was, no, the fuck they don't.
Yeah.
Because
We're not-
all of my shit is original, and two, even when I was like producing music all the time, I would barely ever use a sample, and if I did a sample, it would be like, hey, this is a sample, and I finally made a sample beat.
With music, you could be a cover band. You can't be a cover comic.
Yeah, that's the different though. Like I'm saying, like between sample like that and like a band playing, a live band is like a different. It's a whole different conversation. But yeah, comedians cannot do that. Okay, and this is what I'm saying. Like when they talked about Robin Williams, rest his soul, love Robin Williams. He was a fucking brilliant actor. He was a funny comic when he did his own material. When he was in the beginning in the '80s, he was snorting coke. He was going to black clubs. And he was stealing black people's jokes. But what he did do, I can give him credit. He did go back and pay people money for their material. He did do that. So it's a tricky thing. It's a touchy thing. But I think that my personal opinion, I think that his greater contributions to entertainment and society override whatever shitty things he did when he was like doing coke in the 80s. That's what I think.
Yeah, 'cause cocaine sucks. It'll make you do some weird shit, bro.
cocaine will make you lose a whole day of productivity to recovering.
Yeah.
So there's that. So cocaine,
Cocaine's not conducive to comedy
it's not conducive to progress.
unless you're Richard Pryor.
It's when you already have the fucking yacht. If you're
Or
Richard
Rick
Pryor
James.
doing cocaine, what the fuck
He
is the
was
guy
into
that
those
played the
drugs.
Godfather? What's his name?
Which one? You talking about Don Corleone?
Like the original Godfather. Like who was the guy that played him?
Fuck.
Fuck if I know, man.
I know his name. Never mind. Go ahead.
don't
I
know
hear
names
tell
like that.
Richard Pryor was fucking that dude.
Yeah, no, he never denied the bisexual claims.
So what I'm saying is, if you do cocaine, there you go, and that's showbiz, kids. And by the way, I absolutely love Richard Pryor. He's one of the very first comics I listened to steadily, all of his material, like all the time, riding with my buddy
he
in
was
the
a
car.
genius.
I fucking love Richard Pryor. And I also love Paul Mooney for his contributions to Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Paul
By the
Moody's
way,
a genius.
Paul Mooney
Tom
is a lot of the
genius.
genius behind Richard Pryor's genius. So, yeah, like I
It's all
deeply love comedy.
I
Like
believe he
there's
was
so
also
many
the
comics,
creator
dude.
of Home of the Clowns.
There's so many there's so many comics that I can think of that I can't even think of all of their names sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I know this joke. He has this one joke, or I know this one person's face.
Exactly.
Like, because we were talking about it, like on the last one of the last shows we did. I was like, who's the one like brunette? Like she's got like the podcast. I was like, it's Whitney Cummings, but I couldn't think of it. I just couldn't think of it.
I like that. I like that shit.
But I love the craft. I love.
And who knew, right? Who knew?
Yeah, I talked to Hudak about it, like, between doing the music and stuff like that when I was younger, like, I always wanted to do comedy. Like, way before that, I always wanted to do comedy. And it was like Jim Carrey was, like, my main inspiration when I was little. Like, that's what I wanted to do. Was be that crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, see, comedy never crossed my fucking mind. I just knew I was funny growing up. Obviously, we all probably had our stories, but hell no, bro. A rapper seemed legit when I was around 15. I was like, I probably can do that. You know what I'm saying? And I can pretend to be tough, but now this was never in my. And you can tell it's very hard to do this craft, and to probably make it, it's probably even harder. But it's so cool, man. It's like,
Yeah, I love
It's
it.
fun.
it's so fucking cool.
I love every aspect of it.
There's nothing like turning out a whole room of people, man. It's just get them laughing at your bullshit. Like, I love it.
It's good times.
It's my mistress. It's the only bitch I
Little
fuck.
bad bitch too, bro. Somebody coke bottle shit.
Okay, Connor, if I was to ask you, give me like 3, your top inspirations in comedy. Present, past, whatever. Who are the
You
people
talking about
that
people?
comedians, like who are some that got like the wheels turning, the gears going?
As far as like I said, like I've seen stand up. I used to watch stand up. Everybody. Until I got into comedy, that's when I kind of tried to study it a little bit. So I'd have to go off of that. I would have to say, because then I could pretty much understand the structure of their jokes and how they're delivering and the timing and everything. So Bill Burr, definitely.
Oh yeah, he's great.
I know everybody says Dave Chappelle. I'm not going to say Dave Chappelle.
I think he's the GOAT, personally.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Genius.
I'm not taking anything away from the man. He is the greatest, but in my
A lot of liberal heads just exploded right now.
probably, huh? You think so? No, I mean I find his comedy very funny. You know what I'm saying? But in my top
He's honest.
3 inspirationals,
Yeah, go ahead. Your
Like,
personal
my
inspirations.
personal,
yes.
like,
yes.
Bill Burr. I like Eddie Murphy.
Love Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. And let me think. Because this last one has got to be right. Because Jeselnik is pretty funny to me, just the way he does his jokes. But I don't know if it'd be like what inspired me to, or what inspires me to. I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna have to lot it together and just say open micers, bro.
Open micers is a fair statement.
Because
Like
bro,
you're talking about what was the conversation one? Like from the Manhattan or whatever, and then there was like the HBO one. There's like several just different
Just
like mic things,
Yeah, like you'll
or
see
in
them.
person. I never went to any real open mics or real comedy shows until I started doing comedy.
Likewise, and
Yeah.
I've seen them enough now to where it's really, and then you get to watch them on YouTube as
Yeah.
well, and you get to, or that one film I had got show where they was doing that overseas and shit. That's that right there, because they're not polished. They're not already up there. They're not already. Of course, the motherfuckers are gonna be raw. They're professional fucking comedians.
Right.
I'm talking about the motherfuckers like us, and that's inspiring. That's very inspiring to me, like to watch that and see them, sweating beads, or even going back and watching some of the great names do their open mic stints, and like even watching Kevin Hart and Cat Williams do their thing back in open mic.
Cat in the Hat.
Eddie Murphy, watching him do his thing back, and that motherfucker the crowd loved this dude, bro. Like this is still while he's on SNL. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like
Eddie was a fucking.
He was a monster, bro.
Still is.
He still is. Did you see his?
Isn't he dropping another Netflix comedy special?
He should.
Think he is.
'Cause
No,
I think
after
they're
he
talking
did
about-
after he did Dolomite, he started. I'm like
It's probably
90%
after
sure.
he did SNL, bro. I promise you.
Yeah, after he did his return to SNL,
Because
which
that shit was magic.
the whole reason behind there was like a lot of drama involved with that when he left and stuff.
I didn't know that.
And that's why it took so long for him to actually come back.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Well, I didn't even until he came back. I really didn't even know his content of SNL back in the day. But then I went back and watched it, and then to cross compare it to now, it's really fucking like I get the what is that charm? You know what I mean? Like people say the magic. The motherfucker's awesome, bro. Like he don't give a fuck. He just doesn't care. You could see it in his eyes. He just I got this. You know what I'm saying? But you could also see it back in the day when he was a youngster doing this shit, man. And I thought that was rare to see after I've looked at a few people, past, present. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm saying shit right.
No, I agree. I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah,
June,
those are my 3.
who are your 3 inspirations for comedy? Dialogue. You were right with me. You were with me. I love that you were with me.
Yeah, it was that. It was almost in unison.
I have to say, man, that's hard. Growing up earlier, being 38, I used to watch BET, Comic View, all the time. I used to sneak it.
Pardon me for missing
wasn't
Comic View
supposed
when I
to
missed HBO and all that. Yeah, but Comic View for sure.
But I used to watch it all the time. But I like some of the older greatest. Red Fox.
Red Fox is funny as fuck. I love Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
my
I
shit.
love the rawness and the storytelling. I mean, there's dozens of people that I can name that I love in comedy. But I have to say that none of them really are my inspiration.
No inspirations at all.
None. Now, I mean, there's a couple
Is there anybody you
people,
listened to regularly when you were younger?
There's a couple people that I like a lot and would love to match or would love to work with, like Bernie Mac. I mean, you got D.L. Hughley, you got Martin Lawrence, you got George Lopez, you got Paul Rodriguez, Gabriel. I mean, you got.
Well, you've gotten to work with Paul Rodriguez,
yeah, Paul
right?
is one of the people that I love. I used to grow up watching some of his movies, watching his comedy, and to be able to work with him was just a dream come true. However, what inspired me was my mentor, comedian Michael Fuller. He really inspired me. He was the one that sat me down, gave me a book, told me that if I was serious, read it. Look up, do your homework, because comedy's more about just getting up there and running your mouth and slinging jokes that you think are funny. And so it really dug deep, and he had gave me some advice telling me, you need to look in the mirror. You need to ask yourself, if you're not getting any money for this, if this is something that all you're in for is the cash, and that's it. I mean, every person has their own journey, so to each its own. But that's something that you have to ask yourself. What are you in this for? If I'm getting nothing at all but making people laugh, is that enough for me? Or is it something that I'm going to quit and not do because I can't get money for? And when I was able to look in the mirror and be like, man, like I love that shit. I love when somebody laughs. I love when I get somebody at the end of the day or at the end of a show that says that even for 5 minutes, I made them forget about their problems or laugh at their problems. Like that's my payment right there alone. The money's a bonus. I mean, I'm gonna take it, of course. I'm not gonna turn down no cash.
I would hope so. Yeah.
But it's a bonus to me. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say that he was my inspiration as far as like what really dug me into loving comedy. Of course, like I say, Bernie Mac and all of them, I'd love, to study their comedy and as far as like how the rawness that they were able to come out and just perform the way that they did is something that I admire. So,
yeah, I definitely understand. And like I know I put like a counter on you guys with the 3, but I can name so many people.
No,
like that they could be lighthearted and funny the whole time. They could get real with some stuff, and I would just be dug in. Definitely Richard Pryor is a major one.
Yes.
We used to listen to Richard Pryor all the time in the car, just like burnt CDs. Eddie Murphy too. Dude, but then I can think of other stuff too, like that I really sunk into, at least watching it on TV, like Christopher Titus or Gabriel Iglesias, Farley.
Chris Farley, yeah, my son looks.
Well,
like
just
him.
SNL in general, dude. When I was a kid, dude, when we didn't have cable, we lived out in the sticks and stuff. I really looked forward to Conan O'Brien.
Mine was in Living Color.
Conan O'Brien and SNL. I would look really, really forward to seeing those. Mad TV every once in a while. Sometimes it'd have its upsides and downsides.
Yeah.
I still follow Will Sasso. He's funny. I think he's funny.
It's hilarious.
He's hilarious. He does this, dude. He does this thing on his Instagram. He's like some music. He makes everybody clap along. Like he'll bring people on his live and like rotate them out, and they have to clap along with the music. Like it's so goofy.
I love Bobby Lee, bro.
Bobby Lee is so funny.
He's funny.
Wayne's brothers are great.
The Wayne's
brothers are great.
Talented and gifted.
Wayne's brothers for sure.
All of them.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious. That's that's a power.
The whole family is
a power family right there. The Waynes.
Yeah.
Well
goes
known.
Goes without saying. They got notches on their belt, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy was so fucking funny.
But Richard Pryor, though, that's really he's got to be up there though too, because look at his movie.
Richard Pryor
it's hard to
was
pick 3,
for a long time. Richard Pryor was my goat, but then me getting fortunately to live as long as I have and watch Dave Chappelle do his thing in the face of the different changing times and different social standards and everything, and he is always just consistent. And I've had people like delete me, block me, get mad at me about my stance on Chappelle. I feel like Chappelle is honest from his perspective and how he understands things and his experience, and to claim anything that he says is hateful or whatever is just dumb. And anybody that thinks that way should not be a comic.
But see, I don't.
It's censorship.
I don't understand. But see, stuff he talks about, in my opinion, you hear a lot of it in the black community. You know what I mean? That's why
you do.
When it's the way he says it, that to me, because that's why I don't really think that's why he's not.
That's why it's mainly only white people that are upset.
Oh, okay.
That reacted to it.
And
this person's a transphobe.
Yeah. See, I don't.
Well, I mean,
and I'm like, you're a dude with long hair and mascara that lives in your mom's basement that identifies as she and he and Fido. Now, see, I don't have a problem with gender identities, but the thing is, you want people to just call you about 50 different things with 50 different tags and 50 different identifiers and can't make your mind up. You know why you can't make your mind up? Because that means people can have an opinion about you.
Yes.
And if you keep changing it, they can't have an opinion about you because it's always going to change. You're always gonna be somebody different. Okay. Like if I'm depressed or I'm not feeling confident about myself, I can go in my room and change clothes, right? I can't just go in there and change my entire fucking identity every other day.
You probably can.
Well,
I could.
You can.
I could, but I don't agree with it.
No, okay, I can understand.
And I'm okay with people that are gay or lesbians or if they want to be trans or whatever. I'm just saying some people are using the LGBT movement in a negative way in order to tone police and fucking whatever. Anyway, without getting too far down the political rabbit hole, let me pull my dick out of that.
I was about to go there. I was like,
so you can if you want.
I don't, because I've been arguing with my dad all day, bro.
Because the stuff I say, I don't want it to turn into sound bites and people to misconstrue what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Because there's just a game that's going on. Yes. There's a whole game to the entire thing that people are playing. But the thing is, the game they're playing is fucking with people's
It's
entire
It's
lives
dangerous.
and livelihoods with the whole cancer culture stuff. You know,
Yes.
like it goes deeper than just, hey, you said something mean to me on Facebook. It's, hey, something mean to me on Facebook, or something I didn't agree with that wasn't even directed at me. So now I'm gonna have your job fire you, and I'm gonna have no other employer ever hire you, and I'm gonna have you basically just killed
Well,
by a mob of people with
if you don't
bright colored
commit
hair.
suicide, if you don't commit suicide,
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Hillary Clinton. Anyway, yeah, the drums are never far away. We're always just
the
one,
feds are knocking on the door right now.
always one punchline away from the drum roll.
They're all week, folks. They're all week. Yeah, no, you're gonna get canceled for that.
Yeah, we did a deep dive on another. Yeah. Anyway,
You say yeah. Anyway,
we
yeah.
do like a little bit of a deep dive. And like, okay, I said what I need to say. You know where I'm at.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there quick.
Let's not muddy up the water too much. Let's swim and get out of the water.
I feel that.
Let's swim and get out of the water.
Everybody's got an opinion though.
I mean, but you're allowed to though.
Are
Like
you?
I don't understand. Like I
Are
still
you
like I
though?
said, I don't understand. Yeah, like I don't understand. Like for instance,
No.
I mean, do you like everything about me?
No.
Exactly. And I don't like everything that you do.
Yeah. Well.
So why
about
can't
me. I said,
we still be able to say fuck what you're doing?
Well, you don't
but
have to
still,
fuck with me. You don't have to
but
fuck me. You
still
don't
have,
to fuck
but
with each
still be
other.
able to clean beers. You know
We
what I'm saying,
can.
and have a good time.
That's an option.
But
that
that's
should
what
be
I'm
left
saying.
up to
That's
me
how
and you.
society needs to treat it.
That should.
Why can't I say fuck?
Well, it depends though. If I may say, it depends on because there's severities of dislike of somebody. But if this shit is unharmful to anybody, if you just don't like
Exactly.
somebody's character trait, or like say I don't like your fucking socks,
Yeah.
so I can either choose to deal with you or not. Granted, you know what I'm saying. But I think that's like I'm not gonna tell you to change your socks or anything. I'm gonna let you do you, but I'm not I'm not
Exactly.
gonna chill with you. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
the
saying?
same thing about being, like, I don't believe in the whole being gay or transgender. However, I do believe in we're all human. What you decide to do with your life, who you decide to marry, who you decide to have sex with, who you decide to identify yourself with, is your business. You know what I'm saying? We're all human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
But everybody's
we
gonna
can
need to-
still respect each other. We can still be cool with each other. We can still respect each other's opinion.
But that's naive, though.
But
in
you
my
don't.
opinion.
Hold on. And I'm not going to beat you over the head. I'm just going to ask. Do you think that being gay is a decision? Because that's what you just said.
Sometimes I believe
It's
that.
a tough topic.
But
It's
what?
tough,
You
but
know
that's
how?
my
You know what it is a
opinion, though.
decision. You know what it is a decision when somebody's bisexual.
Well, what I'm saying, I mean,
Is it though?
but my question is this:
But
but
is
you're
it?
gonna tell me that it's my decision to be straight.
I mean,
So how's it different?
no, it's not your decision to be straight. You're straight.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to convey. You are straight.
Okay, but my argument with people is how
You're not.
Like-
Junebug's just not going to run out and grab somebody's dick because you don't like penises.
I mean,
You're not
have,
gay.
I have friends that are gay. I have friends
Yeah.
that want
I've
that,
got
that are
3 gay
males
friends.
that are males and want to be.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
and want to be transgender. Like I have no
Yeah.
problem with it. Like I said, we're all human.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is being pushed on me. Like when I get told that I'm a bigot or that I am racially homophobic because I don't agree with that lifestyle. And it's
Yeah.
like, who are you to tell me because I'm a religious that my God is wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Like I accept you
Yeah.
for who you want to
That's,
be as an individual. If you are gay and that's who you are, and I'm going to accept you for that, then why can't you accept me for me? And we still get along. Like we can still have
Yeah.
a mind tie.
Majority's on
And,
roll,
and
though.
you know what I'm saying, and have a good
History's
time.
written by the
I've
winners.
been to a gay parade. It was on accident, but had a great time there. A friend of mine,
Right place, wrong time.
Close. I did get groped, but in
Yeah.
their defense, though,
Yes, the
they
police.
didn't know. They didn't know that I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know I wasn't.
The blue was it the Blue Oyster Club? Yeah.
Doctor! It was real respectful. It was real respectful, and when I let them know that I wasn't gay, I mean we had a blast. I mean,
Chopped it
Well,
up.
no, I've had
So,
to
I mean,
I've
we're
had
all
to have that
human,
conversation with somebody that they were attracted to me or whatever, and they happened to tell people I know like, oh yeah, I'm gonna smash that, And I had to.
Disrespectful.
I heard those. Like, it made me so uncomfortable, dude. I'm not gonna lie. As it should anybody that's
Yeah.
But regardless of gender or whatever. Anyway, so I pulled him aside in the arm. I was like, "Hey, look, you're gonna stop saying that, or I'm gonna punch you in the fucking throat. We can be cool, but
Please stop.
I'm just saying these goodies are staying in the jar.
Yeah, no holiday ham.
I'm just saying.
I mean, to a certain point, how they're doing it would be disrespectful.
Did he accept it though? Like
He did actually.
Well,
We're
there
still
you
friends
go.
to this day.
There you go. See?
Exactly. See,
It's all in how you approach
We can
it.
all
It really
live
is, bro.
differently, have different views, live different lifestyles, and still be cordial, be cool, be best friends.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I'm not understanding about
Unless
some
it becomes
people who,
illegal.
because you're gay or you want to be a transgender or for whatever, it's the same thing with races.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're black or if you're Hispanic or you're white, I mean, like, am I really going to hate you just because you're color? Just because I don't agree with some of the stereotypes or some of the things that I may have witnessed throughout my life?
It used to be law, bro.
It's just like with gay, though. I
used to
mean,
be
if
law.
you choose to do that,
Used to be
I mean,
law.
but really, would you care, though? Are you fucking them?
No, I'm talking about being black. Like it used to be law that you had to be hated. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's such a tricky fucking topic because
Well, it was.
it's
pretty
like
much
representation.
law with-
Representation is needed,
but,
right?
I mean, that's a
For
whole
every
other ballpark.
every demographic, they're going to want their own representation. They want to see somebody that looks like them in
And-
places of power, right? And then power, once that power is given, then okay, things got to change. Okay, now however they change is on. You don't know. We won't know until we get there, but. I'm just saying,
we
majority's
definitely
going
need
to
a
rule.
change.
Majority's going to rule, and whatever that majority is, you're going to have to accept it or start your own
So-
goddamn revolution, bro.
At the end of the day, shout out to the gays.
Yes, definitely.
We love you guys.
I'm
We
fighting
do.
for you guys.
LGBT.
I'm fighting for you guys.
LGBT.
I just stop at the T because everything after that is when you're getting the,
Baby blue.
you're muddying up the waters. I stop at the T. Sometimes I'll throw a few
Sketchy,
on there,
bro.
like whatever.
Sketchy.
But yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at.
Yeah,
Um,
and like nobody's talking about the Asians. Like, when do they get represented? You know what I'm saying? They don't even get love interests in movies. You know what I'm talking about?
I watch Asian movies all the time.
I love Asians. I love Asian food. I love Asian culture. Like various kinds.
What's
like
the last
Japanese,
kung?
Korean.
What's the last kung fu movie you watched?
Everything but
the
China
last
because
Ip Man
communism's
4?
horrible.
That shit was garbage.
You know what I mean? But
I'm talking about a real kung
just
fu
like with
movie.
that's your opinion, though.
A real kung fu movie,
A
dog.
real kung fu. How
Real
you know a real
kung
kung fu?
fu
When's the last time
movies.
there's been a real kung fu movie?
I mean, you could rent it, bro.
You can remember.
Don't-
See, it's the age barrier, man.
You
You're
look 'em on
too-
YouTube. Dance of the Drunken Mantis. All right,
Dance of the
Dance
Drunken
of the
Mantis.
Drunken-
because I'm pretty sure that more
Nowhere
Asian
Man.
kids
Nowhere, man.
You know what? That's what we'll do.
better look
The-
tomorrow.
in October, hopefully, when I bring back the popcorn trick, I'll bring you guys on. We'll watch Dance of the Praying Mantis.
That'd be so awesome.
But he's seen it.
Oh wait, we're gonna have to watch something else like Wild Bunch of Kung Fu. When I watch with Smoogie. Shout out to Smoogie.
Shout out Smoogie.
He cool.
And
Listen to it.
Marky, what's his name? Marky was
Wills.
Marky.
It's Wills.
Whoa. What's his name? I don't remember. I don't remember. He was part of the show though. I'm just kidding. Marky Wills. Shout out to Marky Wills.
Shout out, Mikey.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna bring that back. Junebug,
Yes, sir.
do you have any projects or shows or anything that you're working on?
Yeah, I'm trying to put this. Man, I mean, it's hard to describe it without giving away too much details, but kind of like a roast / improv games and all kinds of different stuff that we're going to be doing, or I'm trying to do. Unfortunately, it seems like some people, they talk a good game about how they want to have a silver tongue, but don't want to step in the ring or lace up. So,
Yeah.
so that's being one of the problems right now. I'm not going to throw out too many names right now, but there's just a lot of people with their booty meat just shaking. But at Cup of Joe's, we're definitely going to be doing something. We also need at least another judge that I'm looking for. I've had a few people that their schedules didn't match. We're going to be having, well, I really don't want to reveal anything right now, but we're going to have a few judges. We're going to have some games. It's going to be fun every Wednesday, starting at 8 o'clock all the way to 10 p.m. We're going to be doing it and everything, so definitely look out for that.
That sounds awesome. And, like, anybody involved in planning that or producing it must be pretty fucking awesome, I would think.
Yeah,
That sounds like an awesome plan.
Everybody here, it's Eric. It's Patno Productions.
He said everybody.
It is Patno Productions. It is producing.
I did have my cousin called the other day, and he said he wants to perform as well if that's possible.
Say what?
Oh, we
He
need
wants-
to.
he
You
wants
know
to get
what?
into this.
Hey, we have a
Well,
team
we're
that
having
backed out.
teams.
So
Yes, we need
Who the fuck
people.
backed out?
people that I have
Yeah.
their names, I forgot.
I'm
a
not
minute
going to
ago.
name no names right now, but they'd have to back out. We're going to say the scheduling.
Are they trans?
I do think people do have booty meat that is shaking though. I do people think are scared, but we welcome all. You
I was
have to
planning
have
on
a
flaming anybody
you have
in
to have
front
a
of
team
me,
of
bro.
three. But look, if since we're gonna talk about it, definitely you can hit me up on Facebook, Junebug
Bruh.
Messenger, or you can hit me up on Instagram, Junebug Made You Laugh, JUNBUG Made You Laugh. On Instagram, definitely hit me up for details. But you have to have a team of three. Have to have a team of three that is going to compete in some stuff. It's going to be interesting.
Or hey, if enough people were to
Golden Lord.
just say, hey, I would like to get in. How do I get in? Well, we're gonna assign you a team. We could always do that. Free agency.
Yeah, definitely. We can always assign you a team.
You be the replacements. They might be really good.
I'm
You
still
never know.
looking for one person on my team.
Are we gonna get jackets?
So
That's
I
what
have.
wanna know.
Are we going to do what?
Are we gonna get jackets like team jackets?
I have Mike condoms.
No, team jackets.
Yeah, I have Mike condoms.
I don't get it.
Mike condoms, son. The Mike protectors or whatever.
The
You know what I'm
covers.
saying?
It's not like a jacket though.
That is a jacket. What the fuck you mean it ain't a jacket?
No,
it's
I'm
a
talking
raincoat.
about like a jacket. Oh my, but my name like a T-bird.
Oh, like a Letterman?
like on Grease.
Like a Letterman.
I want to be
like
Zuko.
Like a Letterman.
I want to be like Zuko, man.
Well, you are greasy, so you got that.
Yeah, no. No, I mean, what we're gonna do is kind
It's
of
the light. I'm big. If I'm shiny.
what I think we
Am I
are gonna
shining
do
on
is we're gonna
camera?
try to run it like a tournament style on the end of it, kind of like a league.
Yeah.
Go wins and W's and L's.
But I want my
and then have a
Kaneki.
tournament at the end of it. Since you wanted, we're gonna try. I'm going to have a $120 cash prize that's gonna go to the team winner, the winning team. That's gonna split it between the three. I'm also going to give them an extra coupon to eat at a restaurant, and I'm going to be putting together a show for that team and the losing team that make it to the finals. So the losing team will open up for the winning team, and you'll get to decide between your team who's going to open up, who's going to feature, and who's going to headline. And definitely, we're encouraging people to bring masks. I'm going to have microphone covers, so as soon as you get on the microphone, you'll definitely be able to practice social distancing with that and be as safe as possible. But when you come in with your teams and everything, we're definitely, like I said, we're trying to take this off as fast as possible. We welcome everybody. Everybody is welcome. We're not barring none or turning anybody away. Just bring your silver tongues.
That sounds
That sounded erotic.
sounds good.
That was weird.
So, Connor,
What's up, bro?
do you have any projects that you're working on or new pages you're trying to launch or anything?
Shit, I was raised in the projects, kinfolk.
Raised in the projects.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my niggas just out here thugging, you feel me? I'm talking about, man, you know, I got this little sample, man, just whipping up this dope, you know what I'm talking about? Just so I can get my own little
Yeah.
studio going, you feel me?
The steak, the cheese, whip it.
You whip it, you whip it.
Bro,
What's that? What's that? What's that? That's crack.
Oh, man.
Bro, no, of course, I mean, my mind, unless I'm sitting there on Facebook constantly, it's always going to be working. Even when I'm on Facebook, I'm always thinking of something else. Now, if I put it in the works, and I'm really trying to work on myself with that, putting things in the works, because I have so many ideas that come across my mind daily. But it's just grabbing that one. It's figuring out that one. So the projects that I do have in mind, of course, is we want to do the Cup of Joes maybe again. Probably should charge them this time. You know what I'm saying? Just to be thorough, just to get that ball rolling.
Yeah.
But especially if the script is good, and especially if the storyboard is legit, everybody's on board. I think we should get paid for our time this time, even though that, you know. But
Yeah.
I have that going. That's just a new project, but I'm still working on a horror sci-fi but that's a much larger script. So it's taking a lot more time, and I don't just sit down and just do it all. I get ideas, make notes, brainstorm later, and then eventually I have a polished product because I'm used to just doing about like maybe minute short skits here and there. But all I do is in my mind I combine a bunch of minute skits, and then it's just like, so I'm working on kind of finding that balance in order to get a real good project off the ground. But for now, I just kind of, it's a daily thing to where I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll record a skit today. Because if you follow my Facebook, check me out, Facebook, Connor King II, you feel me? At Twisted Individual on Instagram, you feel me? Also on TikTok, same name, Connor King II, Twitter, YouTube.
I don't do Twitter.
And also Dark and Twisted Entertainment. You can find all that stuff on my business page. You can do, Twitter. I just now did Twitter because Eric.
Twisted Individual, right?
Dark and Twisted.
Dark and Twisted.
Twisted Instavidual.
Insta like Instagram.
Insta like Instagram.
Yeah, all right.
It's super original. I checked. But,
oh, no, yeah, I wasn't.
I'm good at, I'm good at these names, brother. You know what I'm saying? But so as far as the project and what I have going on, that's basically it. But right now I'm just trying to, as you said, moved into my new apartment, so I'm really trying to get my handle on being a human being real quick instead of a spoiled hood kid that cries when he doesn't get what he wants. You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy. Spoiled hood kid.
It's weird. It's a fucking oddity. But if you ever know my comedy and you ever see my stand up out there, that's kind of my gimmick. You know what I'm saying? It's odd. It's unexpected from me. So that's just my life. So that's what I got going on for now. Just building. But I'm going to push out some scripts here, and hopefully we get that mad scientist shit done. That's going to be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I think.
Yeah, I definitely think at a certain point, cross-promotion's good and all that. But, with promoting a specific business and stuff like that, at some point, if we're helping bring crowds and maybe sell some drinks, pay a few bucks for promotion. If we're putting time into writing and shooting and editing, because this goes, say you shoot for 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
You now have the editing processes. There's going to be another 2 or 3 hours,
If not a day.
Yeah, and then you have, pushing it through your various platforms and whatnot to make sure it can get out there to the people. So, I think that I think it's important.
No, it is important, man, and I've noticed it now because just from having friends like you that kind of tell me these things, like, hey, some finances wouldn't hurt these days. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, man, as much as I like, unless I'm drunk, you know what I mean? I like to underplay. Like I don't really know, think I have or we can put out a product that is beneficial to other people. The proof's in the pudding. You know what I mean? Like at this point now, you know what I mean? Because we've done it over and over again, constantly. Different venues, we bringing people in. We're fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like paying for services wouldn't be that fucking terrible. It wouldn't be a whole lot of money, obviously.
Yeah,
just enough to operate.
Paying for openers and features and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I wanted to do that.
That was like pulling teeth at one point. It was definitely which at the time I wasn't featuring. I did feature elsewhere.
Oh, are you talking about it?
Yeah, around the way. But then after I'd done 2 shows, oh yeah, we copy 2 drinks. I'm oh, I didn't know that the first 2 times. That was fucking $40 I could have got.
But now though, I think they're more on it like that.
Yeah, which is good. I completely support more venues, more businesses, more ways to just get everybody out there. Which is, like I said, we're in some ways we're building our own, in other ways we're using what's here, and that's what it's all about, man. That's everything that I put into this and do. I'm also doing what I can for everybody else. I'm definitely focused on me because everybody should be focused on them, but yes. I am, what I'm saying, doing what I can.
And from the jump too, though. That's from the jump, because I've been there, witnessing shit going down. But as far as I see, man, no, there's definitely a scene that has been at least elevated to a point that's
and that's
just
the key word, elevate.
Bro, man, come on now. Because just to think, a year ago we didn't. This wasn't in our brain. We had a whole nother. As far as I know, the discussions we used to have.
This is a million miles away
from where we.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
where I'm right now.
Like that, and it was just not even like that because we put in. But
elevation.
like I would have never in a million years guessed that. Fucking face name recognitions. Fucking there's we're sitting here doing a fucking podcast right now. Some shit that seemed a million miles away. Joe Rogan doing. We're some, you know, and it's, you know, with people that are in their own right doing their fucking thing. Whereas when we met, everybody was kind of just like, you know, we're just getting to know each other type stuff, and just got these, you know. Well, of course you already had your thing going, but I'm just saying, like, just me, personally with me and him, it's like it's weird, bro. It's really weird, like, yeah. And to think how far it can go. That's what's so cool about it to me, though.
Yeah, like, you know, within a year span, look where we are.
Yeah.
So imagine, you know, there's no limit.
Yeah, it's almost a full year, ain't it? Like
it already is.
It's past a full year.
April it's either 12th or 15th. I want to say 15th. April 15th of 2019. I did my first stand-up set.
Okay, yeah. See, so I think I did mine in March, and so it's past a year. So yeah. Well, they say we need like 5 years in to get a movie credit, or 7 years.
I don't.
They said it at Cap City. 7 years before you get your first movie credit. I gotta watch this. I'm gonna make my own fucking movie.
Exactly.
Watch this.
I don't believe in putting a time limit on somebody.
Yeah.
No, but that's all I used to hear. That's all I used to hear was just
everybody
times.
moves at their own pace. You just can't skip any steps.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't skip steps. If you skip steps, then, you know, more power to you. And I've seen some of these people in here, I won't drop names, as far as these local comedians that think they're doing something because they skip complete steps to go to making money, because that's all they're worried about. And I hope they get what they're looking for. But I don't want just money.
Yeah, it's more.
I want to be a legend. I want to be named as one of the best to do it, not one of the best that made a little cash. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the best comedian, or one of the best. If you name 50 people and every person said that I was number 50, I would be satisfied.
That's why I be hating that ranking shit on the full live.
Yeah, that list shit.
Remember the first time the list came out, that started so much shit.
Man, because it was stupid.
It was.
The first list ever. Now, I give Philly his list. It was his. He made it clear my personal list, but we all know what it was.
Here are
that's his squad.
Yeah,
of course you're supposed to put out your brand.
But the good thing was, it was like these are my friends, but these are my friends that inspire me. That's how I took it. So I didn't see anything negative about it.
Yeah, but that first list, the first time a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't the fact of how dare you put other people's name on there with my name.
Yeah.
It was how dare you, because who the fuck is that major and clean like that?
I was on the list though.
You know what I'm saying?
I was too. I think I was number 6 or 7. I think I was 6.
I was just psyched. I was on
the list, and that shit pissed me off, because I'm not gonna lie, man. I was looking like,
I wasn't even funny then.
Who the fuck is really that funny here and clean?
But you know what the good thing is? It's like I said, right? Like, don't be pigeonholed. Do your own thing. Make your own lanes.
I mean, but that's all.
I can promise you.
That's how I played it.
I can promise you, I don't need a fucking list, because I know right where I'm at with the stuff that I'm doing.
You know what?
I know right where the fuck I'm at, and I'm okay with it.
That's some real shit.
And I'm happy.
That's awesome, bro.
And I'm happy for everybody else.
Yeah, definitely.
Just don't get in my way.
Just stay out of my fucking way. Don't.
And I won't get in your way, and we'll all be productive and successful people.
Oh yeah. Catch more. Oh, bro,
I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm happy.
Well, I think it's because you're supposed to be doing this.
I'm a dick, so I really don't care.
You already have the cultivated. You don't have these things fall into place, bro. Like like you said, it's like a movie. It really is. You have the skills to do what you're doing, bro. Nobody else could have done it that way because they didn't possess the skills. You know what I'm saying? So it's all. This is what I say. It's like one of them documentaries that you're watching that you know is going to get made later. You know what I'm saying? Like because I watch these documentaries of all these comedians, and there's usually a community of them. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers knew each other back in the day, bro. Like they talk about, Seinfeld talk about when he met Eddie. But I just watch these shows and stuff, and I'm just like, and I watch it play out in life, and I'm just like, just because I observe everything, which is a curse. Because nothing.
I don't think that's a curse.
It sucks everything. It sucks the life out of everything.
It does sometimes. I'm super analytical. It's always been a problem I have. For better or worse, good situations, bad situations. I dig right in. You know.
But it takes away because you want that same. You know how somebody, like, the way we make people feel sometimes when they're just chuckling it up, right?
Yeah.
But we put so much work into this goddamn joke that it doesn't hold the same meaning it does to them. You know what I mean? Now, imagine doing that just in just a regular life standpoint where you're observing and then you see somebody do it. It's hard for things to be genuinely striking to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or maybe this is just me, it's my opinion, but it's like almost like for lack of better words, numbness to a lot of things. You know what I mean? Until it's not. And that's the shit that really gets you in my opinion, what makes me laugh. When I hear some shit that I didn't even see fucking coming. You know what I mean? Like, that's hilarious. Or if I see somebody do something that, I'm saying, that's funny or cool or, I'm saying? Like, if you were just to fucking do magic right now, you know what I'm saying? Like a fucking magic card trick. That shit would intrigue the fuck out of me. Like, I'm like, you think you know people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that kind of shit. And that's what I feel like is, and that's another thing I like about comedy or being on the circuit of comedy. You get to meet people like that you're sitting there just all unassuming, and these motherfuckers are, that's not good enough. That's not good enough.
It's a magic trick.
But you get to see these doctors and lawyers and nurses and fucking all these people from different walks of life doing this fucking craft we're doing. Is just like, that shit's amazing, bro, to me. Like,
and you see things, like, it's cool because you see people that do so many different things, but you also, during that period, you see who's like a hobbyist, that comedy's just their way to vent. They get a break from work and everything, and they're just doing it.
yes.
And then you see who's like
Grinders
and actually trying to be professional with it.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference
Yeah,
between somebody that gets up there and twerks and yanks their wig off
Oh, what was that?
and somebody that,
Shout out, sweetie.
goes out.
That wig bit was stolen.
Yeah, that's stolen from old
I mean, since
girl.
we're gonna bring it up,
From
that
one of the
wig
queens of
bit
comedy.
was stolen.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what I'm
fine.
saying? I mean, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but you want to drop names and say that bit was stolen.
Devilish said he could just throw some seasoning on it. It's
I mean, I'm gonna call it out like I see it, and if anybody don't like me, I mean, roast me. You know
I
what
told
I'm
him
saying?
fight
Like,
me. I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
you don't like me, fight me.
I'm not trying to do that violent. I've been there before. I'm not trying to be locked up.
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
trying
fuck
to lose
all
my
that.
family
Fight
because
me.
I got hands.
And we're not stewing here being negative or
I
anything.
sling
We're just
jokes,
being
dope, and
honest
answer
about the entire situation, the entire craft.
I'm
Yeah.
being negative. I'm being negative.
It's like
that's my name.
That's my
negative.
thing. Like even with rappers, like when somebody uses ghostwriters, their placement ranking wise goes down for me.
Likewise.
With comedy, I used to feel that way. I still feel like people that write and perform entirely their own stuff are on a higher tier. But when you tell me like Paul Mooney used to write for, Pryor or whatever,
Makes
Pryor's
sense.
still fucking Pryor to me.
Yeah.
Like, but it gives me more love and credibility towards Paul Mooney in that situation. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, but it's a part of the game, though. You know what I mean? It's a part of the scene. Now, however you want to classify yourself, that's on you. All right, but don't knock another dude for unless he's just blatantly fucking just
Biting.
This is just, come on, man, really?
Yeah.
But if you got a writer, but I agree with you on rap though.
Yeah.
Ghostwriting, that's bullshit.
It
You
is
know what I'm saying?
bullshit. Shout out to Drake, who just got
Motherfuck.
engaged to like a 17-year-old girl or something.
Well, he was. Well, yeah, it
Yeah.
was,
Anyway, shout out to Jay Prince. Don't kill me. I just said what I did about Drake.
You said
Okay.
Jay Prince.
I said shout out to Jay Prince. Don't kill me over Drake,
They
please.
like each other or something?
You don't know about Jay Prince and Drake?
No.
Okay, so Jay, I think it goes
I know
deeper than just Drake, like back to his dad and stuff. But like Drake is protected by the folks in Houston.
Okay.
That's why he has that Houston tattoo and stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So when people fuck with Drake, they fuck with
Jay Prince. Yeah, I heard he's a scary
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, he is. So much respect to Rap-A-Lot Records and all of that. I have much love for all of that. Huge fan. Zero, little flip, all that. Anyway,
Shout out.
Actual shout out.
Third coach.
I'm not trying to be on that kind of shit. I'm just.
No, I feel that. I didn't know
but
it got so deep.
I'm just not a fan of Drake. I'm just not.
I'm not a fan of Ghost Riders.
I'm just not. He's got a couple verses I liked or whatever, but overall, just.
I don't like Drake.
Thank you.
I mean, fuck it, I'll say it. I mean, I don't
like some of
understand
his
why you
songs.
can't say fuck something and then be afraid of the
Cancel
aftermath.
culture.
Because
We have an opinion,
I
right?
guess
What's wrong with you?
We
guess
have an
it's if-
opinion. If I don't like your music, what's wrong with me saying fuck your music? It's garbage.
What are you, Republican? No, I'm just
or
playing.
if they're messaging underage girls and like
I mean, that's not music though. You getting a whole nother aspect.
that's
now.
I'm
We talking
saying
about
there's
music.
levels.
It all goes hand
There's
in hand,
levels.
bro.
Or where he sings like he's from the Caribbean when he's from Canada. That's cultural appropriation with his thick ass eyebrows. But that's just me.
I mean, but all right. So what?
Being me and having an opinion as a comic. So
You
or
don't
as a
say
person.
that about Drake.
But that culture, like, all right. So,
Yeah.
is it really cultural appropriation or
Yes.
is it stereotypes?
It's cultural appropriation.
All right, so what about me then? My name is Junbug. If you go and ask everybody, they think I'm black. If a lot of people, when they hear my voice initially,
I've
they
met
think
white
that
people
I'm a
named
black
Junbug.
dude. I've never met a white dude named Junbug.
You've never met a white dude?
I've never
Man, bro,
met a white person named Junbug, period.
I met a white person named Junebug.
Now, I've heard stories that, I've heard white people be like, oh, my cousin so-and-so, or I got a sister, or I got a brother, or I got an uncle and aunt, but I've never met.
I've even know of a white girl that was named, her nickname was Junebug. Because she was
Really?
scared
Well,
of Junebug.
but that's what I'm saying. I've never met one, though.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Yeah.
I've heard of them, though.
I know a
Like, I've
Junebug.
had plenty of people that sat there and said, like, oh, I know a Junebug, you know what I'm saying? Or my cousin's name is Junebug.
I know a black Junebug
You know what I'm
from
saying? But
Marlboro.
it's
Shout
all-
out Junebug. Free my nigga. Sorry.
Nah.
Yeah, like, because the
Like, I used to
roasters-
call my wife's job when she worked for McDonald's. And when I showed up one day to pick her up, it was like, man, you cheating on your husband.
Yeah.
And they said, what you mean? Because we thought your husband was black. And it was like, well, what makes me black? And it was like, your voice.
It's that voice.
And I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean my voice? And it was like, you sound hood. And I was like,
cultural appropriation.
So if you're hood, you're automatically black. They was like, nah, if you're real. And I said, that's some bullshit.
Real is also not
Because I know
tone
some
of
white
voice.
people. I know white people that are real as fuck. I know some
it's,
fake ass white people though.
I think real is relative as well.
What was
You know what I'm
that?
saying?
What was
Like,
that?
that's what I'm saying.
What
Like,
was
how
that
do you
nickname you
just-
gave me, Junebug? Was it Pull Up Patno?
Yeah,
Yeah, some motherfuckers will really pull up.
for real. I mean, but it's just it is what it is.
want
Like
a
I
nickname.
don't understand it. Like,
No Nick Nelson.
But not in a bad way. I just want to have a conversation. I'm trying to
like
figure
why do
stuff
I have
out.
to live by the stereotype? of
But
I
we
should
will
be
get down
flipping
if we need to.
tortillas on the
Majority
stove,
rules, bro. You gotta
Growing
live by the social norms.
mentality, bro.
growing my enchiladas.
Exactly. Social
what I'm
No,
norms.
you said growing. You said hey,
Growing
nothing to eat. Yeah,
enchiladas.
we go outside,
Grow
grow
the
some
tortillas.
tortillas.
Grow some
Yeah,
tortillas.
yeah,
I mean, so I
That killed
gotta
me.
live by
That killed
that.
me.
I gotta live by that stereotype because I'm Mexican. I'm supposed to.
I gotta live by the fat black nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we shouldn't though.
Yeah, of course we should.
Shouldn't
But
have
that's
to be
why
a
Black
stereotype,
Lives Matter.
man.
You watch the news.
Nah, not really.
Hey, even the same way with entertainment, same way with life. Don't let people pigeonhole you.
Can't let them do it.
You know what?
I won't let them do it.
I don't
won't
fake
do it.
anything I do. I don't front. But what I do is whatever situation I'm in life, time-wise, surrounding-wise, always adapt. Always adapt to the situation.
I'm gonna talk about it.
So like when I'm up in Maine and I visit my family up there, if I'm around there for like a couple months, I start picking up the accent a little bit.
What's going on, eh?
That's Canadian.
I
But,
don't. That fucking accent.
it's cold up there anyway. There's moose, same thing. But no, I do that,
The moose.
and that's why I did like
Moose
we
knuckle.
talked about earlier. Like when I first started comedy, like I was like, hey, I need you to understand, like I wasn't getting up here and being fake. I was doing what I knew to do, like as far as since I've been rapping and where I was before the military and stuff. So
Say, man, what's up?
I mean, I didn't go that hard.
Get some of that apple pie, RT.
I didn't go that hard. But
Eric, what is wrong with you?
a little dash, maybe some seasoning salt, a little bit of garlic.
Shit, you can put a
Or some
motherfucking season
Goya.
salt in it.
Not all 11, not all like 11 herbs and spices, but you know,
There's at least 7.
maybe a little paprika, maybe a little.
This bird dry as hell, nigga. I don't know what's wrong with him, man.
Hey, you know,
That's cute.
you get what you get.
He's starting to come out of it.
I feel, you know, it's like I
That's
said, like
beautiful.
I'm more relaxed now.
That's what's up.
I think a lot of that, like I said, between that too, like a lot of like the relaxed too, like is like getting rid of the ex and all that, and settling into just being me and the kids, and being able to focus on what I want to creatively when I do have free time. You know, it's more clear thinking. You know.
I see. I feel like you just do whatever the fuck you want to do, man.
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you want to do. You ain't
Everything.
Bro, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
Everything.
Everything. If you are everything, be every goddamn thing, bro. Shit. I do voices. Shout out Robin Williams, R.I.P.
It's true.
Man, that motherfucker was all over the place.
He was.
Respect.
Yeah, he had a lot of voices. I loved it.
He's like,
That's why I hate though that when somebody dies, that's when no matter what color, race you are, but when somebody dies, that's when the most dirt starts coming out.
Yeah.
It
Why do you
depends
have
on
to
how
do that
long
when
they-
they can't defend themselves?
Well, I
People
heard
love
it
drama.
from.
it's like there's a couple people that
Well, I heard
I've
it-
had beef
I
with
heard it
that
from,
passed away that I won't speak ill will on.
Well, I heard it from John Witherspoon. That's where I heard it from.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's still
So you used
like
to
it
get
doesn't
that-
matter
It's
where
like I
it
couldn't
comes
be
from.
mad. I couldn't be mad because it's John Witherspoon. Like I can't be mad. Like
I'm
See,
just telling the facts. You know what I'm saying?
he's just being honest.
Yeah.
You
no,
know.
I feel you. I mean,
What
but
happened?
it's still like I just
But
don't.
no,
like
it
doesn't
that
take
when
away from
everybody
volume
does that,
rims
though.
But no, I agree
Like I'm not trying to
because
single him out, but
I'll put it this way: there was that other, you know, there's another comedian that passed recently, had a massive heart attack locally.
see, there we go again. Because
No,
I can't
that's what I'm-
speak ill on him.
Well,
I,
no,
I
that's-
wasn't a big fan.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, R.I.P.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I made a statement. Hey, I will not speak ill on the dead. Just rest in peace. You know,
But see, I'm also not gonna be that fake person.
I'm
that
not
act
gonna-
like we was best
No.
friends either.
Well,
that I
that's
didn't
when
do.
You don't speak on it.
I saw some people kind of doing that, and I wasn't
Yeah.
feeling that.
Like
I wasn't feeling that
don't
at
think
all.
either.
I
Like,
feel
don't
like if
kiss
y'all didn't
ass.
get-
I mean, you
I
ain't
feel
gotta
like-
be disrespectful, but you ain't gotta go out
I
there.
feel
and
like
act
you don't
y'all
have to
was
say
best
anything.
friends.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like people,
Yeah,
there were some
exactly.
people like, oh, that
Or
was
you
my
could just do
dog.
that.
Like we were
Yeah.
so cool. I was like, bro, don't
No,
do
you
that.
weren't.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
They were. Without getting into it, there was obviously some stuff there that was off, and everybody knew it was off. Don't pretend all of a sudden that was your homeboy and things
Yeah.
were great. Like,
Yeah, I've never
like,
been that nigga.
just send your condolences and leave it at that.
Yeah, and you don't even really have to do that if you really didn't like the nigga.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
You know
don't
what I'm
say
saying?
nothing then.
Don't say nothing.
I
That's
sent
what your mind
I
says.
sent a basic. I sent
You
the
ain't got nothing
basic.
to say, don't say shit at all.
I sent the basic RIP just as a fact of us all being entertainers and
I mean, well,
comedians
That's
I
legit.
mean,
I
but
can
and
dig
having
that.
having shared a stage.
That's
I can
not
dig
being
that.
fake.
I was also, yeah.
You know,
we
that's
also-
not
That
being
to me
fake.
That's
was
what
a
I would do
professional
that. Yeah,
courtesy.
That's professional
Exactly.
courtesy of RIP.
Rest in
Yeah.
pieces.
peace,
That's
but
respect.
I'm not
But-
going to go out
Yeah.
my way.
I feel like
act
if
we
you're
was
trying
friends.
to elicit some kind of emotional response from somebody that may see it, that shit fraud as fuck. Especially if you really didn't like the motherfucker.
And like I said, like
This is like
the
fake
opposite,
followers.
the opposite of that. The other comic that passed previously before that, I wasn't real tight with that person, but they had an impact on me with my comedy because they gave me direct feedback on my very first mic that I did. So I obviously showed that
Oh,
person
yeah.
respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, RIP.
Yeah. So
I'm trying
that's
to feel-
the
what I'm talking
difference.
about.
Tyler Craig passed away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Legend. I mean,
Yeah.
I never met him.
lost a real one, but
Yeah, he at my first mic, he like gave me respect and said, "Hey,
Very
you've got
honest.
something there." Like he was like, "Cool." So I definitely was like, "Hey," and I've told people the story. Like I have no problem telling the story. Like after my very first mic, I got in my car and I was driving home and I cried my eyes out because such a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders, and I realized that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
I was so filled with just
Yes.
joy, bro, that I could not even contain it, and I have no problem admitting that.
Let
Like,
me hear you say joy.
it was intense, dude. It was like, holy fuck, dude. This is like a huge rush. Like, I just didn't even know what to do with all that energy. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
That's some real shit, dog. I get good. Yeah,
Yeah. That was the honest thing that happened.
that's some real shit. When you realize when that shit hit you, Like, this is it. This is it. I've been searching for you. Oh, fuck. That's beautiful, bro.
That's really what it was, dude.
Yes, I can dig it.
Yeah.
I had that moment as well.
Well,
Came way later, but
I still have that moment.
I think we are about finished up here, guys.
Well, that's
We
what's
did it.
up. Well, I appreciate
we
you
got
having
through
me.
it.
Dude, we ran
Yeah,
the
'cause he's
motherfucking
easy.
traffic
How long we
light.
go? How long we do it?
2 hours and 25
We've been
minutes.
talking for 2 hours.
Well, I'm not sure on the time yet. It'll come after I'm editing
That's
because I start the
Maybe an
audio,
hour
then I
30.
start the cameras, and I get situated, and I
Hour
still
30.
got to line up all this shit later when I'm editing. It's a fucking nightmare, but it was a joy having you guys on.
Man,
It's
it
a
was
joy
a
being
pleasure.
here, bro.
It was a pleasure.
Talking shit, you know. I wish
Yeah,
we had.
exactly.
I wish they had more world-saving views to comment on. But you know, we just, you know, it's whatever, man. This is
I could
beautiful.
go for days.
I can't too. I just want to get
Yeah.
canceled. I don't want to get canceled because my views,
Nah,
man.
he just wants to go home and cook.
No, I haven't even thought about
For
it. I got
sex.
some
Man,
Jim
I'm
Beam.
feeling the same
I got
way
Jim
right
Beam
now.
in me right now.
Hey,
It's,
man,
I'm
don't
good.
be mad. I'm feeling the same way. I'm hungry as shit right now.
Well,
I mean,
you
I-
have an
I am-
issue that, well, of course, maybe you
I am
probably
hungry.
Yeah.
a touch peckish.
Me
I don't even have
me
bread
and
right
the
now. I'd offer you a
6
sandwich. I don't even have
people
bread right
outside.
now.
I got bread at the crib, making peanut butter and jelly.
We're gonna go
man.
to Connor's crib and eat
Grab
sandwiches.
some Taco
I
Bell.
cook for you guys, bro. I literally, I got a
Man,
whole
let's grab
bag.
Taco Bell.
Nah, I'm not fucking.
I'm broke.
I'm gonna eat, bro.
I'm broke. I'll take tacos, but I
only
can't buy any.
I only have $5, and I gotta use that for
All this stuff, all this shit in here is expensive. I'm broke.
Yeah, and you know it's the end of the month for me, and I barely,
and I'm
made
buying
it
a
this
house.
month.
I'm buying a house. Yeah, I'm doing that too. So I'm really broke.
Shout out Patno's new house,
Shout out to the new house. But yeah, again, Connor,
Crystal.
plug those IG accounts again and your Facebook, please, or your YouTube.
Facebook Connor King II or Connor King. Instagram would be @TwistedInstaVisual. And YouTube's also Connor King II, or you can find me, you know, under Patno Productions. We've done a lot of collab work together because that's my ace. That's my nigga, man. You never left a motherfucker high and dry, and I'm a kind of a bastard. So that's what's up. But yeah, hell yeah, man. That's basically it right now. That's all I got. You know, Connor King II, just search that name and you'll find me.
All right, Junebug, your plugs.
Right now I'm in the works of a lot of different things, but right now the offer is Facebook Junbug, JUN_BUG, Instagram Junbug Made You Laugh, JUNBUG Made You Laugh, all spelled out. And then you can check me anywhere. I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna be moving. A lot of momentum, a lot of things happen. So you'll definitely see me around if you don't catch me on social media. I do it old school. Word of mouth. So definitely.
Both these guys, Connor King II and Junebug. I can't pronounce it.
Ulivari.
Hurrari.
Ulivari. Say ooh.
Sounds like a goddamn
La.
traitor.
La.
Let's get
Ooh.
it.
Ooh.
La.
La.
Va.
Va.
Ri.
Ri.
There we go.
Ooh la va ri.
Ulivari.
Junebug la va ri. And the blue corner. Playing a buck 80. Standing at 5'8".
And a half.
Junebug
And a
had
half.
a very.
That's all cool and all, but I want that half. 5'8" and a half.
That was my best Michael Buffer I could do.
I mean, that was
Damn
cool,
good.
but I'd still want that half, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still ain't give me the credit for it, though.
All right. And he wants a half inch.
There we go. 5'8" and a half.
Half a brick.
5'8" and a
Half a brick.
half.
Oh,
And
hey.
we are over halfway done. So, hey,
That's what she said.
thank you again to Junebug.
Mike Scott.
Thank you again to Connor.
Whoa.
This has
Appreciate
been
you.
Everybody Hates Eric,
Thank
and I know how deeply you all do. See you next time.
I know I do.
you, Patno, for the opportunity.
Great job, guys.
Appreciate
Sweet.
it.
So what do you think?
That was fun. man.
Nice.
Fun, right?
That was very fun.